All right, good morning, everybody. If you can hear me and if this sounds all right, if you could hit that number 1, please. And if you can hear me and if the mic sounds good. Trucking, Zach. Monk, Philly. And I always like to get at least 5 ones. Hoover, all right. I will assume that we sound Kevin. All right, thank you. All right, perfect. Well, very quickly, for those of you that watch this in the archive, if you want to have something to continue to watch in the archive, then this is totally viewer supported. And the best way to do that is code Clay, all caps, with any of these prop firms I recommend. I think the best out there is Take Profit Trader. But like I said, at the end of the day, totally viewer supported, no sponsorships, nothing like that. So if you want to help ensure that the stream continues and that you have something to continue to watch, code Clay, all caps, with any of these prop firms is the way to make that happen. All right. All right, everybody. Good morning. It is Friday, March 6th. The year is 2026. And we have, I don't know what we have today. For me, at 11 a.m., remind me to talk about my day. It's been a bumpy ride, I guess we'll call it, since yesterday. If you're here after the position sizing typo mistake from yesterday, it's been a bit bumpy. Spoiler, I may or may not have blown an account or two since that moment. But we'll talk about that at 11 a.m. Eastern. So somebody remind me at 11 a.m. to, oh, you're a lead thrower. Oh, okay. All right. I did not realize that was you. Yes, this makes things a lot easier. Okay, cool, Krager. Okay, very nice. But anyway, so yes, 11 a.m. remind, and I'll talk about my day. Also, hit that like button as our first reminder. If you've been here before and you know you're going to enjoy, that like button plays a vital role in just kind of keeping the party going and all that. So very real practical implications to hitting that like button. So if you've been here before and you know you're going to enjoy, hit it. If you've never been here before, great to have you. No need to hit the like button. I totally understand. You do not know if you're going to enjoy. But yeah, welcome if you are brand new here. I think it is more like a gap fill from the 30-minute. I'm not sure what you're referring to there, Lynn. But anyways, how are your days going? Red, green, terrible, great, qualified for a payout, passed an account, blew an account? I am actually thinking about a long right here. Well, kinda, sorta. 5-minute here. We got, look at all the, we got the 50 period set moving average. We have a pivot point and we have the 21 EMA. So like right there at 775, I will try a long there. That seems like one of those areas where I just don't have a choice. You have to try that trade. Just going to put my buy right down there. And we'll see if it wants to pull back and fill me there. Passed the Lucid account this morning. You see, Monk, there we go. Code Clay, another one. Hey, Clay, I just signed up for TPT for 50K account. I'm ready to learn from you. All right, David. Did you use code Clay? Up 200. Good job, Jim. Self-made. Up against monthly renewal fee. Anyway, YOLO'd it to pass. Well, yeah. Sometimes that just comes with the territory. Which currency is that? We're not trading currencies. We are trading futures. To be specific, we are trading, right now this is the MNQ futures, but no. I personally do not enjoy watching paint dry, therefore I do not trade currencies or Forex. If you are a fan of, I guess sniffing paint or watching paint dry, yeah, maybe Forex would be up your alley, but not for me. That's not what I'm really interested in. Paulo is flat. Red, Kevin. Green, great call out in the private chat. Oh yeah, I should probably go over that too. So much to cover this morning. All right, here we go. Maybe a long here. Again, this may kind of look random here on the 2-minute, but as I was just showing on the 5-minute, at least in my mind, this is not random. Doesn't mean it'll work, but I think I got some logic behind it. Uh-oh. Pam's having an opposite. I've been there. I've been there. Where it's like, you know, if there were people watching me and they just did the exact opposite of everything I do, they'd be making a lot of money. I have had those days, Pam. We all do. Nice, you're green from the... Again, I think this is a good point about the beautiful thing about prop firms is I can make it appear as though I'm always green. Even though I'm not technically... Well, I am technically green. But like, no, I'm not... I don't know. Here we go. I'm in. Let's see if the 5-minute wants to create a little bit of a bouncy bounce. Here is what it's looking like on the 5-minute right now. We are right in this clump of supports. Does the clump hold? Does the clump hold? I don't know if I trust that this is actually a breakdown here. Trying to trust that 5-minute, that this area will ultimately produce somewhat of a bounce. Gotcha, Ed. Or Lynn. Does seem a little heavier than I'd like to see it, but let's see what it wants to do. Gold also with a bit of a pullback here. Still, I would say a strong overall trend on gold. I swear, me trying to buy pullbacks. I don't even know if I want to say like on the live stream. I don't know if I'm just ever good at it. Like I am terrible at buying. Like I can't identify a good pullback to buy to save my life. It seems. Like I said, I'm trying to trust that 5-minute. That was just such a clump of supports. Like, is the price really just going to move right down through there without caring about any of them? I mean, it's possible. And I'm going to buy some more here. Again, I'm trying to trust that 5-minute that it does ultimately want to create some sort of bounce or at least serve as a magnet now to bring the price back up. There we go. Added 5 more. Come on. Come on. Get above the blue line. That's my average price now. Come on. Go. Go. All right. So this will be a green trade. Now let's see how big of a green trade. Because if this thing wants to keep bouncing. Come on. Hit that next target. Come on. Push up. Bounce up a little bit more. And about to get stopped out. And stopped out. I don't even know how big of a green trade that was. I don't remember what that number was at beforehand, but probably pretty modest. But I was positioned. I was ready. Had that thing kept bouncing, I would have enjoyed the ride up. So it is what it is. So the mechanics were there. I just the price actually wasn't quite there to give me what I needed. But overall, glad I trusted the 5-minute clump, as it did ultimately serve as kind of a magnet to bring the price back up to it. So, all right, well, not the bestest of ways to start, but I'll take it. Your win rates, I think, I'm not going to say are worthless, but win rates are pretty close to being worthless. I have been there before. I know many traders that have been there before with 90% win rates, and they're not profitable. So yeah, I don't track win rates. I think win rates are, again, I'm not going to, worthless is a very strong word. So I'm not going to say the win rate statistic is a worthless statistic. But I will say it's close. It's close. Go long is safer at that moment. At what moment? You're gonna, yeah, that's true too, Bradley. It operates in the other part. You could have you could be right 40% of the time, right? Only 40% of the time, and still be profitable. So yeah, that's a good point too there, Bradley. There's the inverse is true. High win rate, be unprofitable. Low win rate and be profitable. Well, doggone it. I know, Clay, you could have left your stop down there. You're right. You're right. But I wanted to make sure that was going to be a winning trade. But if anybody's still holding, well done. Well done. Good. Okay. Do you have to rub the salt in the wound this much? Well, at least I didn't panic out and then see this happen. That would have been way, way worse. But red 150 calling it quits before it gets worse. All right, Alfonso. If that's what you think is best, I agree. Smoked a pro on that one. Did you get short? Yeah, I did. I chose frankly. Wow. On the way up, not even caring at all about the VWAP or the 200 period. Is it really just going to go straight up through those? Like for real, for real? That's nuts. Didn't even, really not even a pit stop there. All right, I'm trying to short at the red line. Stop is up there. Last time I got up here, it was rejected. So basically trying to play essentially a double top here. So again, looking to get short at the red line. Stop is the green line. Pulled back out of nowhere. See, I don't like the term pulled back out of nowhere. I would say it bounced. Is this not a bounce? Why would you call this a pullback? This to me is a pullback. It's been trending up, it pulled back. Now, after the pullback, the price is bouncing back up. I don't know. Okay, here we go. If that red line turns blue, I'm in. Oh, got close. Doing all right. Doing all right. How about yourself? Good morning, Ali. Ali. I'm sorry if I'm not pronouncing your name right. All right, at this point, I don't like how it's putzing around, so I'm actually going to make... So the red line is now my new entry. Again, still trying to play a double top, just rearranging the entry point. Need to make 300. All right, you got it. You got the 300. Don't focus too much on that. Just keep trading your system. Follow your rules. Again, looking to try to play a double top here if it gets up there. David, I don't know. Have you logged in? Are you able to place trades on? I think you should be okay if it says pending. I guess I don't know. I can't remember. I open trade of 8, but it says it is in a 10-minute. Okay, it should not be in a 10-minute delay. So you have misclicked on something. I'm not sure what you misclicked on though, off the top of my head. I don't like how it's putzing around right below where I wanted it to. So I might have to abandon ship on this. I'm not sure if this is going to be Yeah, did you log in and Tradeovate with the new login information that Take Profit Trader gave you? Clay, is there any advantage to get 25K? I mean, yeah, yeah. From some angles, I'm sure there are. I don't really like the 25K, but that doesn't mean that it's not good. The best example ever actually comes from the 25K. We were talking about what size is the best. Somebody shows up, says 25Ks are the greatest. They're so good. And I kid you not, 7 messages later, somebody's like, man, 25Ks are a scam. It's like, yeah, it's clearly one of those people, 25K fits nicely into their strategy. The other person does not fit good into their strategy at all. So I don't know. I'm sure, yes, there are advantages, but I don't know if that would be an advantage to you and your strategy and your rules or not. Only you would know that. And sometimes experimentation is required. Okay, here we go. Maybe kind of sort of. If that red line turns blue, I'm in. I don't know. This is... I think it's like, I don't know. This is kind of one of these where I'm almost leaving it out there out of frustration, and we saw how that worked yesterday. I'm gonna cancel it out. I'm gonna cancel it out. I think now if I get filled, it'll pop up at least enough to potentially stop me out. So I don't know. I think my entry was right there. I'll kind of paper trade it, but no, I have not used Tradeify. I use and I recommend Take Profit Trader. Yeah, maybe I'll talk about my day. I'm trying to maybe make a trade here. Thank you, everybody, for doing what I said to do and to remind me, but right now I'm in the middle of an interesting setup. Thank you, Don. I appreciate you supporting the stream. Wow. All right. Yeah, now I definitely don't like a double top here. So even if it still would have worked out, I don't like this at all. I mean, basically at this point, I'd be shorting right into a bull pennant breakout. And that, so if you know, my short entry was I don't know, like somewhere right around basically I think here. So basically, I'm getting short at right when a potential breakout is beginning of a bull pennant. Not exactly. No, if it's a failed breakout, then my trade would work out. But like, I'm not exactly looking to get short right as a bull pennant is breaking out. Hey, Bald Eagle. For Friday today has been pretty solid for me. Good job, Raspberry. Okay, so very quickly on my day, 2 accounts have been roasted. The only smart... Okay, there it is. So I would have been filled. Uh-oh. Oh, no. It would have... No, not quite worked out. Okay, it would not have quite worked out. I almost want to see this breakout just so I can feel better about myself to cancel. But this might be... Okay, I can't talk about it right now. This might be a trade here. A fake breakout. There. Yeah. Okay, I'm getting short here. Stop above the highs. We'll see if this is a fake break. Again, going to try to get short at the red line. Idea here that, yeah, it broke through here, but I don't know. Is this a genuine break or is this a fake breakout? So if it comes onto the red line, I'm taking a swing at it with the premise of it being a fake breakout. Now, if it comes up through that green line, I will move on from the current idea here, but we'll see. Again, trying to get short at the red line here. It's maintaining itself, though, so close, close, close. I'm in. Come on, fake break. Come on down now. Nice looking candle here. Come on. Oh my God. I couldn't ask for a better setup. This is perfect. If it doesn't work out, it is what it is. But this is, I like it. Now, will it deliver is another question. But I like it. My stop is up there. These are my initial targets. There we go. Thank you. Thank you. Come again. Okay, there we go, brothers. That's a very possible bounce spot, so I'll put my next target down at the area where it could very realistically bounce. And then I'll hang on to this. I'll have one more left, and I'll just let that one work for me, assuming this one goes down there and hits. Greg, you know better. Watch your mouth, boy. First and last warning. Come on. Come on. Come on. Again, looking to get another target off there just because, yeah, I mean, you have a big clump up. So if people are going long right there, I'm not calling them crazy at all. And because of that, I'm like, yeah, that's probably, oh, come on. Put my stop there now. All right, stopped out. So I think that one worked out. I don't remember. What was that number before I took it? I think that was a good, I don't remember what was that number beforehand? Either way, nice little fake breakout there. Oh, it's 185? Oh, nice. Nice. Okay, back. Well, I don't know. Now this is like a long, though. All right. I promise. Here's a recap in case I somehow forget. And nobody's like, oh, you're hiding stuff. You're always great. No. I could. From yesterday's snafu with the position sizing mistake, I've cooked 2 accounts. Okay, so I can go into a little bit more of but like right now I'm too focused on this. But yes, thankfully they were accounts, just test accounts, stuff like that. But still never fun. So I cooked one after the stream. I went back and just I was. If you were on yesterday's stream at the end. Yeah, you can. I don't. You're probably not totally shocked. Like, okay, I can see how you went back and, anyways. So cook, and then this morning, just cooked one. This morning was a little tricky. I thought a lot of kind of fake outs and stuff like that. which got me. So no, man, Clay, you're always green. No, I'm not always green. No, yes, I could make it appear that way, right? Like I could just, yeah, I'm just not going to talk about those cooked accounts. And then yes, it would appear green. But that's also the beautiful thing about prop firms is you can cook accounts, or in the way I look at it, have losing trades, but ultimately still come out ahead. So I'm still green, which is weird to sound like. Well, how can you still be green if you cook 2 accounts? Because if you're not okay, I can't. No, not 1. This is very nice. This is very nice. Okay, stop talking. Okay, here we go. There we go. I'm gonna go long at the green line if it wants to pop up there. Just looking for a bounce off of all this congestion. We have, the 5-minute looks good right here. Wait, how is that possible, Jerry? What do you mean you met the profit goal and then you blew it? You kept trading it after you met the profit target? Okay, I'm in. Oh, that was not a good fill. That was an atrocious fill. And I'm about to get stopped out here. What a joke that was. Sometimes I can play the game of, I had the chance at a scalpy scalp. Not on that one, I didn't. Last night, I needed one. Okay, yeah, but so how did you blow it by just needing one more day? Do you not know what a flip trade is? Yeah, I'm not saying that. I'm not blaming the platform. I'm just saying that was not a good fill. Like, as in, it filled me and then came straight back down after filling me. Like, didn't even go into the green at all. Anyways, so yeah, 2 accounts cooked. Still fine. Oh, I took the screenshot just because to really illustrate the power. So you see this minus 32.14. Like that looks, that's like very scary number. But in the prop firm space, if this was you, and this is how I view prop firms, is every account is a trade. And like any trade, you're going to have, any quality responsible trade, there's going to be a stop loss associated with it. In other words, if that stop loss is hit, that's how much money is coming out of your account, right? So I just look at that as, okay, if each prop firm account is a trade, the stop loss on that trade, aka account, is just whatever you paid for. So on the 50K, if this were you, your stop loss on the 50K, assuming you use code CLAY to get the 40% off, would be 102. Because that's ultimately what happens. So if you go out there and you lose, so that big red number that you see right here, because this was a 50K account, minus 3,200. What did that do within the account? Well, that triggered, I broke that rule. I lost more than the 2,000. Okay, just like reloaded on me there. So because of that, did I actually, now if that was my own money and I took that exact same trade, yeah, that's $3,200 of my own money gone. However, in this situation, it would have been just, whatever you paid for the account. So 102. So that's how I look at prop firms. Each account in and of itself is a trade. And then what is the stop loss associated with that trade? Well, whatever you paid for it. So in the 25K account, the stop loss, quote unquote, is $90. On the other end of the extreme, the 150K account, the stop loss is $216. What is the difference? Well, because you have more purchasing power, you can, do bigger position sizing. So yes, I roasted 2 accounts, aka I had 2 losing trades. But the nice thing about prop firms is with risk management, and prop firms is real, and I'm still trying to figure this math out because it's weird. But yeah, you could roast 5, 6, 7, 8 accounts, and then on like the 9th account or 10th account, you hit a banger trade, and boom, you've paid for all those losing trades and then some, and you're still green. So it is an interesting dynamic. But no, I'm not always green in the sense of like this. Like, yes, I realize I show up and this is green, but no. Behind the scenes, like I said, I've cooked 2 accounts, both in the bigger picture, because when you cook an account, it's not like a whole lot of actual money out of my wallet. Within the bigger picture, I'm doing fine on the day. I promise this may sound like a scam. It may not make any sense, but for those of you that are in the prop firm space, you know exactly how this all makes sense, because prop firms are just cool like that because of ultimately your stop loss on any trade is not thousands of dollars. It's, $100, a couple $100 at most with Take Profit Trader. But no, I'm not always green. I blow up accounts just like anybody else. But like I said, in my world, the way I view it, I'm not saying you need to view it like this. Yeah, I had a couple losing trades. Yesterday's account, what happened with it, I was frustrated. And I went back. And like I said, I was smart. I kind of took my frustrations out within test accounts, which is another really nice thing about prop firms is you have pro accounts and you have test accounts. And what I've learned and what I enjoy is, I don't like me going on a total demo. I don't like that because I'm not really making any progress on a demo, just flat out demo. But if I'm frustrated, I'm like, okay, let me just put my pro account aside and let me go at least trade frustratedly, if that's a word, in a test account. Because at least in the test account, because let's face it, the fact of the matter is sometimes when you're trading frustrated, you don't care and you can hit some banger trades. That you can also roast, but it's not like if you trade frustrated, you will fail. That's not, no. You will sometimes succeed. So that's why I still like to do it when there's some skin in the game, because at least I can make some progress with a pro account or a test account. So that is one thing I do also like about prop firms is you can keep trading with skin in the game to make progress, but in a safer way. aka, well, don't do it with your pro account. Let's do it with a test account. And that's what happened there. So you cannot pass a Take Profit Trader account in one day. So there you go. That was my, and then just real, I have to, because we are, and then this was a nice trade this morning that I posted. So the private community is right here. MNQ short area. And then, I just showed it right there at 24,727 and a quarter. So right there, posted that as just letting people know, hey, that's what I'm thinking. And if I must say so myself, I obviously do not always nail entries. Nobody does, but 27 and a quarter was basically right there. And you can see that came up, hit right there, and then rolled over beautifully. Now, I did not capture that entire move, but that definitely helped out the day. So there you go. There's a quick little example of how the private community works. Wow. Now, in short, come on, keep failing. That's a pretty nasty candle there that I'm going to trust. Oh boy. All right, I'm adding more if it comes back down because that will look very, very juicy if it comes back down. Minute looks great. Got to be careful with the 21 EMA in the 5 minute, but I still got plenty of wiggle room before that could be a problem from the short side. Just throwing out some cover orders in case there's some spike down, which does happen from time to time. And if you're not prepared like this, everything just happens so fast where you're not able to take advantage of anything. Although right now this thing is just barely, like, what is going on? It's barely budging, and it budges against me. Sorry. All right, I'm what? All right, all right. Well, congrats, Candle. You suckered me in like a. You suckered me in and then went straight up. That's not what I thought would happen, but obviously. No, when I say cook account, it could be either. It could be a pro account or it could be a test account. If you're going to cook an account, preferably it's a test account. If this thing drops right back down, oh man, why am I having flashbacks to yesterday right now? If you saw yesterday's trade, oh, an epic case of deja vu right now. Well, patience is a virtue in trading. Are you saying I'm not being patient? Yeah, I guess in hindsight, well, Clay, you should have your stop above that candle. Okay, I guess you're right. In hindsight. Oh, my goodness. Oh. I, I'll be very clear. I was patient. I waited for a good setup. I took it. It started to rip against me. And everybody's like, well, you should have been more patient to let it roll over. Yeah, would you have said that if this candle here just kept going green, green, green? I bet you'd be saying, hey, man, good job not being patient and just realizing it was going to keep booming right there. Right? That's the thing of hindsight confirmation bias. Just got the blinking blue line. Yeah, if you're on the web browser, just refresh. That got me still up 120 on pro. Don't want to go into weekend red, so I'm done. Have a. Yeah, either be done, Monk, or. Well, I don't know, Monk. Are you doing the racehorse model? Yeah, well, if I had put that stop at the high, that would have been, because again, well, Clay was only this much further up. Yeah, but that's like another 20 points. So P&L wise, that would have added quite a bit. Oh, Lenny. Yeah, it's, I don't know. So if anything, Zach, that's just a sign of position. You know, I had a lot of confidence in it, so I went bigger with position size. Had I went less, then yeah, I could have weathered a storm and put that stop up there. But I went bigger right down here, so I really just kind of took that luxury away from myself. But I was willing to do that because, well, I thought this candle was about to deliver. I didn't think I'd have to even. But again, this is all hindsight at this point. All right, going to go for a bounce off of the purple line here. 50 period simple moving average. I'm in. All right. I'll take that. Just, I need a little mental victory here. Okay. Oh my. Oh, oh my goodness. Does the market ever seem like, has anybody ever feel like the market has your number? And you're like, you're not going to do anything right today. You know what? Even when you make money, we're still going to make you feel like you lost money because you made the total wrong decision. STTK. Does that really work to just show up randomly and just type ticker symbols? This week has just been goofy. I don't know. It's fine. I guess it's fine, but like, it just seems like such a struggle bus. Yeah, for any of you that took that, we're like, what are you doing, Clay? I'm not going to scalpy scalp. I'm going to let it cook. Good job. Independent thinking. Well done. Yeah, last night on great looking downtrend, bam, went the other direction as soon as I entered. Yeah. Gold at an interesting spot. Once again at the 21 EMA, which has been doing a good job holding support. Does it do it again? I don't know. What's up? I better stay away from GC. I take a swing at gold. Long here. Yeah. I'll try that. Buy. Put my stop below the low there. Okay, so trying to play a bounce here on gold. Do I get? No, I used to be really into that stuff, but yeah, I've kind of picked up new hobbies in sports. Still don't know if the market want to go up or down. Well, here's some news for you. This will alleviate some pressure. You'll never know. And if you think you know, someone or something is deceiving you. So hey, none of us know. That's why we're managing risk to the best of our ability. So I'd say to reframe your baseline. If the baseline is, oh man, I can't make a trade until I know where the market's going to go. Well, unless you're Joe Bader. Joe Bader. Hey, Joe Bader, are you here? Where's Joe Bader? Man, that dawned on me. The only person that knows, I guess, are people that run. Joe Bader is here. So, like, how many like yachts and mansions and all? Like, are you hanging out with Elon Musk right now? Because we all learned yesterday from you that in order to know when 100-point drops are going to happen, you just Google value gap or whatever you said. So, like, how rich are you, out of curiosity? I was not aware that you could know when 100-point drops are happening. That all I had to do after these 20 years of trading is just to Google value gaps. So no, but like, how rich are you? How much money? Like, how many billions do you have? Well, yeah, but I think his psyche, he's literally like, I don't know. Like, I'm not totally shocked. Think about the logic you use. I knew it was going to happen. All you have to do is Google whatever he told us to Google, as if running a Google search will give you access to something where you can know when a 100-point drop is coming on futures. Like, think about the thought process that was behind thinking that was a good idea to post publicly. All right. Well, I had the right idea that I wanted to bounce, but did not get the actual entry point right, so I'll cancel those out. Man, is Joe Bader still typing? It must be a lot of zeros in his number he's about to give us. He's still clicking 0 because that's how much money he has. You can't assert someone's an idiot and then argue with them? Sure you can. I'm doing it right now. You dent. I'm literally doing right now what you said I cannot do. That's like talking to somebody that's breathing and being like, you can't breathe. Do better, Eric. Long NQ off the tread line break? Maybe. Well, then now you're changing it. Now you're changing the argument, Eric. But you think about what I'm doing. Think about the bottom right-hand corner. What's down there? Do you see that E word, entertaining? This is kind of comical. It's kind of funny. It's kind of, dare I say, entertaining. Some of you, bless your hearts, you don't have a business bone in your body. Not even like a little pinky business bone in your body. Well, this is continuing to get tricky. I don't know if anybody bought that breakout, but if it did, yeah, you just kind of got rained all over. Well, now you're asserting things you have absolutely no idea about. I don't know what that statement means. Well, Joe Bader's gone, so oh well. I'm sure he'll be here soon saying, hey, I knew that this, well, let's see. First off, was this a 100-point drop? Oh, yeah, that was a 100-point drop. So Joe Bader knew this was coming. He Googled value, whatever he Googled. Done for the day, but still watching. All right, sounds good. See your trade ideas. All right, Ace, thanks for sticking around. I appreciate it. All right, I'm going to get rid of this trend line here, piece of garbage. 5 minute looks really good, but I don't know. Like, look at all these lower shadow. Is this thing about to head back up? I'm feeling a little bit longy here. I was hoping he was going to tell. Yeah, well, no, he's got to first see which way the. No, Joe. No, you're going to get banned by not participating. How much money are you worth? How much money you got in your bank account? Mr. I knew that 100-point drop. No, in fact, Joe, here's what we're going to do. You need to give us some trade plans. Let's see stuff happen after you make these proclamations. How about that, Joe? Nobody's impressed after the fact. Oh, is that a bot? I think I want to take a swing at this. Yeah, Joe, where are we going? No, I'm not asking for those. I'm just asking for a basic trade plan, an entry point, a stop loss, and a target. Well, I guess Joe doesn't need stop losses because he knows where prices are going. Gold just went to the buy position, did it? Ooh, that was a pretty. I think that would have stopped me out though. Yeah, that would have stopped me out. Ooh, nice little move there. Oh, now you're changing your story, Joe. You said you knew. Now you're saying, I didn't know the amount yesterday, just that it is my highest probability setup. So is your highest probability setup 100%, Joe? Wow. Well, to be fair to myself, I was only thinking of getting along if it broke up here. So, okay, well then then why did you lie to us and say that you knew it was going to drop if it's only 80%? Why'd you lie, Joe? Why? Okay. Appreciate Joe clarifying himself. Okay. Unfortunately, no. He did not. He did not know. So unfortunately, trading is apparently more difficult than running that Google search. Unfortunately, to me, that is close enough. Well, see here, Joe. In the English language of communication, there is a big difference between thinking, having confidence in, and knowing something. So in the future, Joe, if you could just not use that word, especially when it's after the fact, that was not a good look, Joe. I'm just trying to look out for you, brother. You kind of look like a clown. Whereas had you said and used a little bit different wordage, then it would have been like, hey, that's a high probability setup for me. It worked out. All right, Joe. Moving on. All right, dumb money is done. Gone. Give him a timeout. Give dumb money a timeout. Okay, Sokol, I didn't say to ban the guy. Thank you, Sokol. The past few days, I've been using only stop loss and leaving out targets. I move my... Oh, just letting it move for you? Yeah. I mean, that's the way to go about it on those bigger... Obviously, on those bigger moves. That is definitely the way to go about it. Or is this just a chop fest? Is this going to chop right back down? Well, I hesitated to buy. That just seemed like a chase. So that green line is where I was thinking about buying. So I'll kind of just paper trade it here. But that... Close above 844. I like 900 target. Oh, yeah. Well. Oh. I was like, well, that... You might be waiting for hours. Then I just looked, I'm like, oh, actually, no. 900 just right there. I forget that it's been crazy environment. Yeah, actually, 900 is not that far away. All right, I'm going to try... the pull back and go. See if it wants to retest the VWAP and then get moving again. Or is it just going to flush right back down to the bottom of the channel? Hey, if you are enjoying in any way, shape, or form, hit that like button. Need to get this up to 100 likes by the 1 hour mark. So we got 6 minutes to get 15 likes. I think we can do it. Again, I use likes as a gauge of are people enjoying. And as long as people are enjoying, I'll keep the party going. But from the angle of wanting to manage my time wisely, I'd prefer not to use my time on things where people aren't enjoying. So, but the only way I know how to really kind of quantify enjoyment, quote unquote, is just using that like button. So hit that like button if you are finding any sort of value or entertainment. And the one metric that I've learned is if people are finding entertainment, we should be able to hit 100 likes by the 1 hour mark. And I'm trying to buy the pullback here and be patient. It's just not quite coming down. No. Oh yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh yes. Yes, I have considered it. I have. Yep. A pullback to the 50 EMA would be a great entry. Yeah, for me, this is the 50 SMA. Well, I don't, because that would be a very deceptive data point if one person could give 100 likes. Okay, looking at buy. It did come down to the VWAP kind of, sort of, but never actually hit it, so I would never been filled there anyways. No. The Office, I mean, yes, The Office, like location and size, blah, 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 but no, not like the desk setup or anything like that. All right, I'm going for the long at that green line. Well, good, Joseph. Thanks for watching. Glad you're enjoying. Look at that entry. Or that fill. Ugh. I don't know if I'm going to make it 4 hours today, chat. I don't know if I'm going to make it. Like, that's actually really hard to do where you can't even be like, man, I could have, like, I didn't even have a Scalpy Scalp as a choice. Again, that is so hard to do. That's so hard to have that bad of an entry that I just had. No, Joe. Okay, no, Joe did not get me all worked up. I'm not even. Joe was fine. He apologized and everything. He admitted to being wrong. What do I got to be worked out about Joe? He was actually intellectually honest about it. The irony here is, if anything, that's the comments that tell me, hey, you're like, now I'm worked up. I'm done with it. All right, have a good one, Raspberry. Now it's going to go back up. Hey, Judd. Do I try again? I still like it for an upwards move, but if this pulls back again, I don't know. I don't know. A short here? I don't know about that. I keep coming back and the red number keeps growing. Yeah, it's been a rough day, Juliana. Ever have one of those days, Juliana, where you just can't quite get it figured out? Well, I'm glad I did not go long. Good grief. I get in one bad trade and then I tilt, but I'm working on the tilt part. Yeah, that's a good thing to work on. If it breaks above that, going long looks good. Above this? See? He's trying to sucker me in. Look at this. We're turning right back up. Now I'm thinking about it, Joe. Okay, would have been filled. Yes, I'm like mentally paper trading this one. Would have been filled. Things would be looking good. Oh, brother. Dude, I'll get back to you in a little bit. Goodness. Sales guys are the worst. Last time I did this short from up here, at least I can get a small little risk profile here. All right, I'm going to try a short. In. See if we can get another rejection like it did last time. So got a scalpy scalp on that one. Clay hit all the max profits for test accounts. Going to call it. Hey, good job, Philly. Goose, thanks. What are you thanking me for? I brought like zero value to the table. Like, I feel like this entire week, it's like, I don't know. Like, what am I doing? Rebel, I sometimes feel the market has a special spy just for me to ensure I fail by instant pullback. Yeah, I know, Rebel. Yeah. I think we've all been in that phase where it's like the market truly is out to get us. I mean, it's not. It is not. But there is. Well, how do you know that? Well, because when 800 people all simultaneously think that the market is out to get them, hopefully you see the numerical contradiction there. It's very hard trading weight. Very hard trading. I think got a typo in there, Eric. Yeah, that's the other thing, Eric. That's that's always the baked in irony, especially when people are talking about like stop. Oh, my stop got hunted. It's like you're doing prop trading, right? Live account, no. Okay, well then like there is nothing stop. There is no hunting your stop because your order is not even in the market. So yes, Eric, that's always kind of one of the built-in ironies about the people that are complaining about all that stuff. Like I said, I prop firm. I'm still learning how to deal with the prop firms in the sense of it feels really, really bad. Like to think that between basically yesterday late afternoon, I cooked an account. This morning I cooked an account. Now I've given back a bunch of gains. It's like, what am I doing? However, even though as bad as it all kind of sounds and is in a sense, like I'm actually still green. Like monetarily, I'm still, which is, I don't know. Prop firms are great. They're great. I'm still trying to not overreact because I don't think I need to overact as much as I was. But like, if I was doing my own cash, like I'm so used to doing over the years, and I cooked an account, meaning, I don't know, I lost, I had one of these. Here, I'll just show you. So like I had one of, these trades last night, minus $4,500, which at this point in my journey, yeah, that was like my money. And then this morning I lost, well, I showed you the screenshot. Then this morning I lost $3,200 of my money. Man, right now that's about $7,800 of my money gone in like 2 trades. So like that's kind of the feeling like, oh man, I cooked 2 accounts, but it's like, no, that's actually, it's okay. It's okay. That is the beautiful thing about prop firms. Same here, cooked 3 accounts since last night, but up a lot on the other one. Yeah, exactly. No, heck no, I don't trade my personal cash accounts. No reason. I have not seen any convincing math that would convince me that it makes sense to trade your cash account or like to trade your own money. All of them, I mean, to me, given I operate from the premise that trading is all about risk management, the less amount of skin in the game, the better. Because the less amount of skin in the game, you have smaller risk. And that's the great power of prop firms. Well, yeah, Clay, but that's what a stop loss is for in your cash accounts. Like you can have very little skin in the game because if you just risk $300, well then fine. Well, yeah, that's true, but what you're doing is you're presupposing discipline. You're presupposing that you're always going to be flawlessly disciplined, and I've never met a flawlessly disciplined trader. So in those instances where you don't honor the stop, where you go on tilt, where you lose your mind, that's where a prop firm's ultimately protecting you. Because when you lose your mind in a cash account, that there is no cutoff. At least with a prop, it's like, okay, you violated the drawdown, you're done, account toasted. But with your own account, they'll let it keep going and going and going until your entire value is nothing. My only counter argument is I need the practice and stress of trading a real account to stay sharp. I don't know why you need to risk thousands of dollars to stay sharp. That doesn't make any sense at all. I assure you, well, for me, and this is why I was wrong, like cooking accounts does not feel good. So, I mean, that's enough for me to want to stay sharp. And I've learned, I think it's happened 2 or 3 times now. Like my max of cooking accounts is like 3. I think I've talked about it a couple times now over the history of the live stream where I'm like, yeah, I cooked 3 accounts this morning. Like cooking 3 accounts, yeah, that's not pleasant. Do you even trade props, Eric? Do you trade prop firms, or are you just trying to cope and rationalize how it actually still makes sense to? Because I'm a dork. I like numbers because numbers are just logic, and the logic, the numbers to me say it makes no sense to be risking your own funds. Oh, okay, Eric, that's okay. No problem then, Eric. I would assume your cash account is not anything that's going to risk like throwing all your prop firm stuff out of whack or anything like that. That's fair. Sometimes people that they don't trade and they're just trying to rationalize why they shouldn't change the props. And I've seen some very poor arguments in that situation. But that's not you, Eric. So kind of disregard. Not kind of disregard. You can disregard it. Yeah, yeah. Look at that move down. I'm trying to hindsight trade it, but I don't really see anything I could have worked with. Like I want to be like, oh well, Clay, there's an upper shadow here, and you saw that upper shadow, so you could have gotten short right. I don't know. I think that's a little too much hindsight confirmation bias. So yeah, I'm not quite sure I saw anything right there that I could have worked with. That right there, definitely, and that one right there is actually where I took a trade. So, it's so hard to buy these pullbacks. I don't know why. My confidence is shot in my pullback ability. But yeah, I'm thinking about it. I'm going to let this thing kind of... I want to make sure this isn't some bigger dump. So I'm going to let it chill out for a second. I thought today would be bearish because of news. Well, I guess that depends on your definition of bearish. I mean, off the top of my head, I would say, are we not bearish? We're down still quite a bit. Oh, there's the bounce right there. We definitely have a rising wedge, though. I mean, well. Let me take a step back. Definitely is a strong word. Let's make sure before I. Yeah, there-ish. Rising wedge, which is a bearish pattern. All right. I'm going to keep an eye on that trend line there. It feels like non-rebounding pullback is imminent. Too much uncertainty out there to keep pushing up. Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, I don't really factor that sort of stuff in, Rebel. I'm not saying you're wrong to do it, but it sounds like you're bringing in some fundamental analysis, news-based analysis. Again, I'm not saying you're wrong to do that. I'm just saying I don't really... To me, that's too dangerous. There are a lot of wicks in all directions. But to be fair, I mean, there is also some very textbook stuff. So, I mean, I would be wrong to sit here and be like, oh, woe is me. The market makes no sense today. Look at this. Beautiful bounce off of VWAP. Another, it didn't hit exactly, beautiful bounce. Not hit exactly, beautiful bounce. Right there, beautiful bounce. So, I mean, I got to be, yeah, it's been tricky a little bit, but to be, like this right here was very tricky for me. Down, up, and then whoosh, down it went. But I mean, yeah, there's times here where it bounced beautifully off the VWAP. So, Clay, before you trade, what did you do for work? I have an engineering degree. I worked for Honeywell. No, I did not make thermostats. But I worked for Honeywell as an engineer for, I don't know, like 3 years, something like that. I think I'm going to try a long down here, but knowing knowing how it's been going for me, see, it's bounce 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm guessing fifth time will not be a charm, but let's see. It's my mix of art in the equation of trading. It's an art and a science. Yeah, well, sometimes the art for me is no good. Because I form, like, based on the news, like, for example, I'll just make this up. Something in the news I see gives me a bullish bias, and then the chart is, like, bearish, and it gets more bearish, and I'm in the position, and it gets more bearish, but I sit there and I hold and hope, and I rationalize it because of my, oh, well, because of XYZ in the news, it's bullish, and then I could just get destroyed. So I've been there too many times over the year. Carlos, all I'll say is you're onto something. Yes. Some people don't really want the Pro Plus account, myself included. Anyways, so, yeah. Carlos, all I'm saying, Carlos, is you're onto something. Okay, I'm trying to get long down here. Looking for the fifth time as a charm. Bounce there once, twice, 3 times, 4 times. So just looking for fifth time. Is it the charm? This price tag. I don't know about that, man. This has been pretty volatile action. But to be fair, I don't know your strategy, Nick. So yeah, maybe for your strategy, this price action is not very good. Again, trying to get long at the green line. No, I don't know if they do work the same. Yeah, exactly. Okay, yeah, okay. Never mind, Todd. But that's kind of exactly it. Fills are a little bit more, how should we put it, friendly in a simulator. Would you not consider this chop? No. Nope. Oh, I'm sorry, Judge. You asked that earlier. I don't have anything against the ORB strategy as long as you don't oversimplify it and say, okay, I do the 15-minute, so I'm going to wait for 15 minutes, high, low, and then I buy if it breaks the top of the range. If I'm going to short if it breaks the bottom. If only trading were that easy. Now, if you're using that as a pillar to build from, fine. No problem at all. But like some people, trading does not need to be rocket science, I would argue. But it also can't be that simple. It is a little bit more in-depth than just waiting 15 minutes, mapping out a high, a low, and then buying if it breaks through the high or shorting if it breaks through the low. It's going to be a little bit more in-depth than that. TBT funded account for how many times they pay out. Yeah, no, they'll keep paying out. They will not. They don't kick you out of anywhere. They will send you to the live markets eventually. But yeah, they're not going to just like some prop firms just like, all right, you're done. Again, that's why I like Take Profit Trader. They actually have a model where you can remain a customer because they will send you live. Other prop firms, pretty much at the end of the day, if you're too good of a trader, they'll just kick you out. Good. That is not Take Profit Trader. Take Profit Trader's incentives are aligned with yours. They will put you, so while you're in the Pro account, you get to keep 80%. Once you get to Pro Plus, you get to keep 90% of your gains. But that's live market, meaning they get to keep 10%, which is profit coming from the live market. So everybody's incentives are aligned ultimately at Take Profit Trader. They ultimately do want you to succeed because if you do succeed and you're an awesome trader, then they're not going to kick you out. No, they're going to be like, all right, okay, here's some capital. Go trade the live market. We're getting to keep 10%. And now that's straight up revenue, that in their pocket. Now, that's not to say that other prop firms are wrong because to be fair to these other prop firms, even if they do kick you out, they kick you out after, I don't know, you make hundreds of thousands of dollars. And you're not going to find very much pity from me. Oh, whoa, I feel so bad. You made $300,000 with that prop firm and then they kicked you out. Like, maybe that makes me but I'm not going to find much pity for that. So, I mean, I'm not saying those other prop firms. I'm just saying that's why I like Take Profit Trader. I like the business model. I like how incentives are aligned. And to me, it just makes sense. The pro is you're still in a simulator. So even after you pass your test, which is in a simulator, you're still in a simulator. So any money you make there is actually being paid to you from Take Profit Trader, which is why eventually they need to send you to the live market. Because if they just keep you in that phase and you're making hundreds of thousands of dollars, you'll bankrupt them as a prop firm. So that's why they need to get you into the live. Hey, Jay Stores. Well, this prop firm has been doing work. Very nice. Or wait, yeah, okay, that's just the second time I got up here. Kind of lost track of it. I will still buy down here at that VWAP. I'm still going to try to trust that the fifth time will also be the charm. Hey, Paulo, leave that firm's name out of here. Garbage. Absolute garbage. I know you didn't mean anything by it. Yeah, that's what I said. Treadline. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Can I get fifth time the charm? Probably not. With how my trading has been going, it's probably about to dump. Fifth time will not be the charm. Okay, here we go. Maybe. I think. All right, I'm abandoning ship on that one. I don't like how it's putzing around. Let's try the 200 period down there. Still would not have been filled. I think I might have been filled there now. Or Carlos, to a lot of people, just blow up accounts because they're degenerates. You got to consider that too, Carlos. They'll let you keep renewing for $100. There are a lot of degenerates in this world, Carlos. You just got to keep that in mind. And I'll keep in mind, trading is hard. Well, to be fair, it is. All right. I'm about to get spicy, I think. I'm going to now play for the breakdown of the VWAP. If it can break down through there, I think we get some movement down. Good. Yeah, well, yeah, I do want to see this bounce up some, and then if it comes back down. Oh, yeah. And then if you reset the pro account, that's where they definitely make their bank. Big time. Yeah, resetting a pro account on Take Profit Trader, don't do it. That's why the racehorse model exists, or one of the main features of the racehorse model, to prevent that. But yeah, you're right, Glock. That is got to be a huge amount where they get. All right, there we go. Come on. Come on. How did you not fill me there? Doggone it. I didn't want to risk having it snap back against me. I guess I was too slow on the end exit. It might still come down, but I don't have the luxury to let that thing putz around. Dang. Yes, Jordan, correct. That's normal prop firms. That is why some prop firms will eventually just kick you out of the entire thing, because they never send you into the live market. I took 20 trades for plus 500. 815 entry. Okay, well, where's your stop at, dumb money? Or where will your stop be, I should say, because I see you're not filled yet. 750. All right, running a 65-point stop. Alrighty then. Yeah. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Trading is easy. It's easy to lose money in trading. That part is true. Yeah. I suppose, to your point, I needed to provide a little bit more context there. 2 micro. Gotcha. All right. Well, you're clearly what I would call a sway trader. Nothing wrong with that, but apparently you have no problem holding in a position for hours on end if need be. Again, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, but that's definitely not me. Holding 2 MNQs for hours on end, no thanks. I'd rather just take a swing with a little bit more aggressive size and maybe just have to hold for a few minutes. But that's just me. I'm not saying you're wrong, but yeah. Sounds like you're a sway trader. I like the saying it's easy to make money, but easier to lose it. Yeah, that'd probably apply. Yeah. Trying to long, maybe I can come down a little bit more. Right around there. Look for a long down here. It's bounced from there a couple times before, so we'll see if it can work its way back down there. I lost an account with 75% winning rate. Well, yeah, was that you earlier? Somebody asked about win rates. They're like, what's your win rate? I'm like, I don't know. I don't care about that. But that's kind of my point is, yeah, you had a 75% win rate. Every 4 trades you took, 3 of them you were right. But yeah, and then you still lost the account, right? Because all it takes is with no risk management, 1 trade can undo everything else. Same with, I got a 90% win rate. Well, yeah, okay. Think about that. You could take 10 trades, 9 of them are winners, and then that 1 destroys everything else. Rising, yeah, there's a rising wedge on the, ooh. I'm about to, I can feel this one in my loins, I think. Oh, we are right there. There is, oh, wow, I didn't realize that. We're right at possibly this rising wedge breakdown right here. Problem I don't like about it, though, is we got that pink line in the way. The 200 period don't move an average. So this is one of these where it's just not a clean pattern. Well, what makes it unclean? Well, the 200 period right there. If it breaks, is it going to come down here and bounce right back up? Not necessarily, but hence why I wouldn't call it clean. One trade that I kept adding to rather than take a loss. Oh, yeah. The averaging down gotcha. Yeah. There's probably 2 types of people here that have traded long enough. Those that have experienced massive pain from averaging down, and then liars. Those are the 2 people. Again, under the premise that they've been trading for a period of time. Go up, and next time it goes down. Go up, and next time it goes down. So you would put your stop at 792. I think crude prime for a short. Oh, yeah. Isn't oil just going straight up? Oh, my goodness. Hello, high gas prices. I've only made 1 oil trade ever in my life. So, wait. Let's get back over here. Okay, here we go. The wedge is broken, but here is what I found to be the potential problem point for the shorts. It may not care about it, but like I said, that was the point that had me just step back and not be willing to take this breakdown here of the wedge. As of right now, it is being an annoyance. Doesn't mean it'll still hold, but right now you got to think that there are some shorts like, get out of the way. Look at that. Yep, that's why it was a nice overall rising wedge. Just not clean. Well, yeah, well, Labradopper, there's a difference between what you're describing, I would call position building. If you are starting small because you know you're willing to add more, okay, that's fine. Averaging down, I would say, is when you say, I'm doing this sort of trade plan and it doesn't start to work, and then all of a sudden you just start buying more. So for me, the point of distinction between position building and averaging down is what was your game plan up front? Look at this, 200. Again, what is that pink line? Everybody listen, the pink line here is the 200 period simple moving average. I'm short, tight stop. Breakdown or get out. Again, I'm not saying that the pink line cannot be broken, and as of right now, it breaks. I'm trying to get long down here, though. Wait. Just noticed something on the 5 minute. That's better. I like that on the 5 minute. 775. I'll show you why now. I'm rebooting this. On the 5 minute time frame, we have that purple line right there, which is the 50 period simple moving average. We have that dotted brown line, which is the pivot point. And notice how those lines are basically right on top of one another. That guarantees nothing, but I'd feel a little bit more comfortable trying to long at that spot. That was me a couple years ago. It was bad. Yeah. Do you have your Tradovate set up? I do, yeah. There you go. 830 is like a magnet. Yeah. We'll see. So where's your target, dumb money? If you're risking 65 points, where's your profit target at? Hey, welcome. And yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome, and welcome to the live stream. Good to have you. Again, that video I sent you is not by no means the be-all, end-all. I'm not saying that how I have my setup, that's how it's got to be because there's something magical about it. No, not at all. But it'll at least teach you the framework of kind of how the platform works. Bro, I scalp for 50. You scalp 50 to 100 what? Points? Wait. You're risking 65 points. How many dollars is 65 points? On 2MNQ. I can't do the math right now. How many dollars is 65 points equal to? 260. 200. Okay. Yeah, okay. Dumb money, you're that might have been a typo to be fair to you, but yeah, I don't know, man. That's an interesting strategy. I don't know why you're like, bro, I scalp. Like I was supposed to know. How am I supposed to know what your strategy is? You've never even been here before. I love when people show up and you like start to ask them like, bro, I'm just doing this. It's like, well, dude, I who are you? I don't know. Like, why am I supposed to know how you trade? But hey, I maybe to me that sounds like I don't know. Well, hey man, if you're getting payouts, more power to you. Yeah, dirty rising wet. Well, again, as somebody that uses the 2 minute, the sloppiness of this rising wedge makes sense to me. Now, if you're not using the 2 minute, Because I get it. On the 5-minute, you could be looking over there and be like, man, why is this breakdown so terrible? But that's what I'm not saying the 2 minutes perfect, but the 2 minute here has very clearly exposed that. I like calm Clay. I'm always calm. Always. Yes, Gary. He made that clear. Yeah, earlier he did say he was talking dollars. My proudest moment in trading? Oh, that's an easy one. Let's see if I can find it real quick. Right here. So if anybody's ever heard of the Make-A-Wish Foundation, Sam right there was going through like basically going through stuff in the hospital. And he watched my channel, all this sort of stuff. So when I don't know how he made a connection with Make-A-Wish Foundation, but his wish was to come see my office, hang out, and that's what we did. So yeah, that was by far the easiest moment. I thought it was a scam for the longest time. When the person reached out and they're like, "I'm from the Make-A-Wish Foundation," I was just like, "Okay, what's the angle here? Like, what's the catch? This is a scam. How am I being scammed? What exactly?" But no, it was real. It was real. So yeah, that was a highlight. It's kind of crazy because like I am a baboon, but here this kid was, in the hospital going through some just nasty, nasty stuff, and my videos helped him get it through all that stuff. It's like, oh man, goosebumps just talking about it right now. It's good stuff. Anyways, let's move on. Well, no, I mean, you could tell from the website. So, like, I did a bunch of research on the email. Like, okay, that says it's coming from their site. Is it possible this could be a spoof? Blah, blah, blah. But it was a good time. Make-Wish, they, took care of the pizza. We had wings. It's a good time. Hey, Goose, thanks. Man, Goose is so nice. TPT on it today gave me all my withdrawals in one bang. Very nice. Congrats, Andrew. No, you don't have to trade every calendar day. You can do a flip trade like once a week. Carlos, I'm reaching the point, dude. Just start. You're first get a test account passed, Carlos. I appreciate you trying to plan out 38 steps ahead of time. But how about we just manage step number 1? Pass an account. Let's start there, brother. Again, dumb money. You don't, and unless maybe you're answering somebody else. If you're getting payouts with that, all the power to you. Yeah, thanks, Nurad. What am I thinking here, Clay? I have no thoughts, which is why I'm not making a trade. I don't know. It's kind of just it's putzing around this lower part of this rising wedge pattern that we have here. And it was a pretty, well, again, I was going to say bad breakdown, but that's a matter of perspective. If you're a scalper, that thing went from, I don't know, 835 down to, so you still had plenty of room, but yeah. I still on the 5-minute like down here. We're just not anywhere close to it. I mapped this out earlier. On the 5-minute, we have this dotted brown line. We have this purple line being that 50 period, simple moving average, dotted brown line being a pivot point. So down around 775, I'd be interested for a long. It's just not down there. Hey, if you are enjoying in any way, shape, or form, hit that like button. It may not seem like it's doing a whole lot, but it does make a big difference. So if you could hit that like button, that would be greatly appreciated. Yeah, rookie. Yep. Looking for a break and close of 832 to short. Break and close of 832. Yeah, it's that 200 pair that still got me nervous. Okay, if you took that lobber, good job. Whoa, hey, okay. Okay, okay, brother. Oh, okay. Let's everybody remain calm. We're 775. There we go. Again, this is based on the 5 minutes. So we're watching it here on the 2 minute time frame, but this is based on the 5 minute. Ooh. I try a short here, back test, and then have it come back down. That never went up and hit me, and it never went up and hit it anyway, so never mind. Again, looking to get Carlos, good grief. Do not post other codes in here. Yes, it's the same code, Carlos. Oh. Carlos, at this point, man, I got to give you, like, you're reaching Sergio levels. So, like, dude, just crap or get off the pot, man. Come on, brother. Let me put it this way, Carlos. I don't say this to be mean, but, like, at the end of the day, let's just assume it's all a scam. I'm part of the scam, okay? Let's just assume that. And assuming you're doing the 50K, it is $102 that we're about to, like, I'm part of the scam. I'm part of, like, we're about to scam you out of $102. If you look at 102 and you're like, dude, if you scam me out of 102, I'm going to be living under a bridge. Okay, you need to focus on other things in your personal finances anyways. Like, good grief, I'd understand if this was like a $10,000 thing or even a $500 thing or $1,000. Like, I get that. Dude, it's $102. Or if you do the 25K, it's $90. If you can't afford to be scammed out of $90 or $102, you have bigger fish to fry within your personal finances. Of course it's legit. It's been around for a long time. It's paid many people, but just to like push all past that, let's just assume, for argument's sake, it's a scam. It's $90. Again, I applaud people that like to ask questions and understand, but there does reach a point where it's like let's just say this was 50, let's say it was 50 cents, right? Are you really going to sit there like at the store as you look at that pack of Tic Tacs for, I don't know, what is a pack of Tic Tacs? 75 cents. Hey, salesperson, come here. Are you going to rake somebody over the coals over a 75-cent purchase? Probably not. You know what I mean? Now, I realize $100 is not 70 cents, but the same general idea applies. Yeah, it might. It might close a whole lot of places, dumb money. I appreciate you using the word might. All right, this is looking like I'm going to try it. Look at that candle. I'm going to try it. Try it for a short. I'm in. Short. I'm adding more if it comes down. I like this setup. Get some orders out there. You're looking to add at the red line. I did add. Come on. Go. Go. Come on. Come on. Hit me. Okay, break even now. Stop. Come on. At least hit my targets and don't stop me out for break even. What a joke. What? This is just... Oh my goodness. Why? You can't even hit me. It wouldn't even give me a couple targets. I don't know. I think I'm done with this nonsense of trying to let stuff work for me. I think I just got to go back to scalpy scalps. Hey, thank you, Zorro. Just hang in and let it ride. Yeah, Southpaw. I think you know that that's a little easier said than done, especially when it gets that close to your target and then you have a hammer thrown right in your face. All right, dumb money is obnoxious. We'll give him a timeout. You could have. Yeah, thanks for the hindsight analysis, dumb money. I appreciate it. That was good call. Good call in hindsight. We'll give him 30 minutes to think about it. Have you told me that before, Levi? Do you ever feel a different? Well, yeah. Well, I don't know about pressure. Well, I mean, it's weird. It's weird. I will be honest. Sometimes I've done trades. I've heard somebody was critiquing. I don't remember. It's a totally valid critique. They're like, be careful watching live streamers. Live streamers are not okay. You can't say this universally, but like live streamers, it's apples and oranges. And I thought about it, like, as a live, and this person was criticizing live streamers, and I'm like, they make a good point because I have conflicts of interest. I am also, while I trade, I am trying to grow a live stream. So from like the business aspect of growing a live stream, accomplishing my goal, which has always been since day one, as I've said, I want to try to see if I can get this up to 1,000 viewers. So it's a weird dynamic where I have found myself putting on trades because I'm watching the numbers. I'm like, okay, let me put on a trade here. Let's see if we can get numbers to bump up. So it is an apples and oranges. Like, do not look at me as some like clean cut. His total focus is on maximize like response. Like, that's not true. That if I reflect, that's totally not true because in all actuality, like if I'm trading alone and you're trading alone, well then yeah, you could say that because you're not trying to grow a live stream. There's nobody watching. It's just, so I don't know, I'll put it this way. There are conflicts of interest for sure, which is why I've always said, I am a baboon. If you are blindly following me and not thinking for yourself, I'm telling you, you are playing with fire. I don't know if any of that made sense, but I'm still thinking, but it is a valid critique. When you're watching a live streamer, keep in mind, they are trying to grow a live stream. They're trying to maintain an audience, build an audience, and all that stuff is true. So if that means they have to get a little reckless every now and then, which, like I said, just be careful. But even that, just so disappointing. I guess this candle here would have hit a couple of my targets, but man, just not delivering. Plus 330 today, logged off earlier, but now I'm here and itching to find more setups. Uh-oh. But yeah, Zach, the one thing, it's not really a pressure, but it is annoying after you take a trade, and whether it's a win or loss, and then people show up and start to tell you what you should have done or could have done. It's like, well, thank you. I realize that, but like, that's kind of hindsight. Oh, there. All right, where's 75 at? We are now approaching that 75 mark, which I still like from a longs perspective. Again, that level is coming from the 5-minute here, which is the 50-period simple moving average and the dotted brown line, the pivot point. Does not mean it'll bounce from there, but it does mean I'm going to take a swipe at it. I'm going to take a swing. All right. That green line turns blue. I'm in. All right. Come on. Pivot point. Come on, 50-period. Do your job. Okay, I'm in. I'll take that little scalpy scalp. Wasn't as clean as I would have liked it, but it never really did anything wrong. I mean, you can't expect for an area to bounce literally right off the lines. All right. Well, next area maybe here via, I guess I could show it on the 2-minute too. This low right here. All right, let me get. So the rising wedge. No, that was kind of a. Right here. Gonna take another swing at it right there. Again, last time I got down there, very nice, very nice bounce. That of course does not mean it's gonna bounce again. Actually, let's make it that low right there. No, I can't stand. Oh, wait, this? The auto center thing, I think that's what a lot of people want me to turn, or like ask me to turn off, which I agree with. The auto fit, that? No, there's something that is very annoying. I think that's what you're talking about, Sam, but no. Under it? How did I just find that? Continuous auto fit. Oh, no. The continuous, that's the obnoxious one. No way. Yeah, no thanks, Sam. I've been there, done that, brother. That is annoying. No, I don't want it on. I don't want it to auto fit that way. No. No, thank you, brother. All right, this is starting to get quite knife catchy here, so I better be careful. Hey, Sam. Oh, there's 2 Sams in a row. Sadie Love is also, his real name is Sam. So the Sams are taking over. So we are hung up, surprise, surprise, right at the purple line in that pivot point. So kind of just putzing around right around there. If you're getting long here, I don't blame you. I can see the premise still. I'm assuming, I don't know. I'm assuming your price stop is below that low right there. So you're thinking, let's see. I think there's going to be a hammer forming. So let me just get in long here. Obviously, I'm not quite on board with you, but I'm not going to call you crazy for doing such a thing. I can see it. Funny how most of us have been trading a while, but we hardly know what or how to configure. Well, I mean, in all of our defenses, these platforms have all sorts of nooks and crannies to them. What is the green line that you are using for the bounce level? I'm not sure what you mean by a green line. I don't see any green lines on here. You mean yellow? This? You talking about that line, brother? Did we go to the same school? Because I've caught some. Oh. Yeah. Oh, I don't. Maybe they're delayed. Hey, Carl, I think you might be delayed. Because I no longer have an order out there. Ooh. For you little gold cult members out there. Don't worry, I'll trade gold too. Was it gold? No, it was not gold. The account that I did cook earlier today, I was actually doing decent on it, and a lot of it was coming from gold, and then I cooked it. Anyways, here we go. Pull back here. I just say that because I say that tongue in cheek when I call you a cult member. I've traded gold too. I trade gold. Traded this morning. But anyways, gold. Oh, it don't care. Gold did not care. I will be interested in gold at that trend line, though. What is that yellow line, though? That's, I guess from these highs, I'm guessing. Yeah, all right, that would make sense. Former area of resistance right there. I don't know, maybe try it right there-ish. Maybe a long right there. Mark, if you go back to like the 11 a.m. mark, I go through my entire day. Got to show up on time, brother. Come on, Mark 954. So I guess what about the 15-minute mark? Yes, yellow. Okay, well this is yellow, not green, Carl. That's okay though. I've also looked at lines such as pink and called it like blue and stuff like that. I don't know. What is that green line you are using for the bounce level? What do you mean, what is it? Oh, where is it coming from? Like, yeah, there you go. 7:33 is a 15-minute orb. Gotcha. No, you're fine, Mark. No, I was saying earlier, test accounts is what I cooked. That is one of the small decisions, but a good decision I made from yesterday. If you watched the end of yesterday's live stream, which is still just chapping my backside. Wondering if this is a short. It's looking like this is we've essentially entered into a downtrend here. I mean, so that's the question right now. If we're still in a downtrend, where's the point where it bounces up to and then we can get a bit of a rollover? I like that area up there. 200 period simple moving average. We have the 21 EMA, both right on top of one another there. Anybody do anything this weekend? Saturday. Let's see. Saturday at Jimbo's house. And then, yeah, well, then we got to look at some appliances and a fireplace. The joys of when you're building a house. I love to split wood. Love to split wood. So I want a fireplace where we can burn some of that wood. So I'm like a true mountain man. But it's like, okay, well, what kind of fire? Well, I don't know what kind of fire, so we got to figure that out. But also, because we're going up to Des Moines, which is like a 45-ish, 50-ish minute drive from us here in Iowa. So that's kind of like one of those things where when you're in town, it's not like Home Depot, where if you're doing a plumbing project and Home Depot's 10 minutes away, like, okay, who cares? You have to go back and forth. So we try to be efficient. So we're going to an appliance place, trying to figure out fridge, stove, washer, dryer, range hood, dishwasher. UCL versus men's volleyball tonight. Oh, all right. Just Coke and Hooters. Like the pop Coke. Moving my brother out of his house temporarily. Oh, failed foundation. Well, hey, thank you to the three of you that decided to chime in and be personable with me. I appreciate that. Bless your hearts. All the other social rejects in here. I'm kidding. Kind of. No, it's fine. It's fine. Because here's what would happen. If too many of you replied, and then I'm trying to put together a trade, I'd throw out the classic, dude, stop talking to me. I'm trying to focus on trading. So I do realize you are in a lose-lose situation. So I get it. I get it. I truly am just giving you a hard time because I know if a bunch of you did, then I'd be all complaining about, I'm trying to focus on my trading. Leave me alone. Okay, I'm going to try a short here. Okay, moving my stop up there. Or I'm not my stop, my entry right there. I'm liking it. If it can come back down, I'm liking it. Again, if the red line turns blue, I am short. All right, as of now. Okay, maybe I get the short up here then. Okay, going to try short at that red line. If this is some sort of like just straight back up, well, then this will be a losing trade. Hey, River. Lost my eval, not following my rules and taking random trades. Really disappointed in my bummer. Well, I appreciate the transparency, Tyler, but hey, you had a losing trade. We all have losing trades. If you want to look at it that way, as I've explained, I think that's the better way to look at it. So, hey, man, had a losing trade. Learn from it. Come back Monday. You'll be all right. Okay, here we go. Maybe. No. I am in. Short. Okay, I'll take the scalpy scalp there. Yeah, as long as you don't reset it, Mark. Racehorse model, man. Do not reset the pro accounts. Next interested short will be up around here, the VWAP. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and put an order out right now. So red line, my next attempted short. Ooh. No. I like this. Got push up, and I'll try it right here again. Put my stop right there. See if it wants to get rejected right off here, the 200 period and the 21 EMA. Now, if it goes up through that green line, nope. All right. Well, I could do it again just with smaller size. And nope. All right, never mind. Back. Oh, my goodness. Look, look. What is my deal? For those of you that were not here yesterday, that cost me dearly. What was I in 28 or something? It was. I almost did it again. Oh my goodness, that could have been bad. There we go. Short red line right there. Well, I still do. No, just stick. I think you might be a little behind, Acro. Well, it would only sucked if I was wrong. Had that went in my favor, that would have been a fun ride. Okay, this is... Okay, I'm going to try short here. Only 4 this time because, yeah, my stop is now a little bit... Oh, yeah, this is... Okay, I'm in. Oh, my goodness, look at this candle. Beautiful. Okay, will be a green trade. Got my stop already in green territory because I this nice move down. Had my first targets here. But yeah, this will be a green trade no matter what now. But now it's just a question of how big of a green trade because I don't know how far down this might want to roll over. Come on, at least hit that first target down there. Come on. Dog. Oh, I did the right thing, but I really wish I would have just kept it at 8. But going down to 4 was technically the right maneuver. But yes, now I highly regret that. But it is still the right thing nonetheless. Come on. And stopped out. My habits are here. My mechanics are there. I had myself positioned for these moves, and I just can't quite get it. It just doesn't want to let go. The only one I've really had was this one right here. That was one that worked with me a bit, but other than that, I can't get it. It gets close to those targets, and then, well, what you just saw. Frustrating. I should have went 84. Yeah. Why didn't I go 84th? You're right. Dog. Yeah, who cares? Like, if I had 84, that movement there is plenty. Hey, Carlos, are you gonna buy an account or not, man? I've never seen, and I say this with all due respect, Carlos. Are you like on like razor's edge within your personal finances? I'm getting that impression. You seem so slick. First and last warning. Please speak as though any one of my kids could run in and start reading the chat. Okay, maybe another trade here. If this comes up here and starts to come back down, I will try it again on the short side. In fact, I should probably maybe try it right here again. I don't know where to put my stop. Right there. You're good. You're good. Now you know. Jim, go research Streamlabs. I saw your text about the comment about having like pop up. I think we might be able to do something with Streamlabs. Does anybody here have any experience with Streamlabs? Playing a flag breakdown. Oh, like a bear. Okay. Oh, you're saying bear flag. Yeah, yeah, that's good. That's fine. I'm not going to push back against the bear flag if that's what your claim is. Yeah. Right there, bear flag. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I could see that. Again, it's just not clean. I cannot. What makes this not clean? Well, let me bring over the 5 minute real quick. In the 5 minute, it doesn't mean it can't do it, but like it's got to. If any sort of short is really going to pick up momentum, which I suppose on that one where it didn't, my fault. But like that purple line and the pivot point, yeah. I see Streamlabs for Nightbot use a lot. What's Nightbot? Anyways, I want to have some sort of reminder so I don't have to verbally continually say hit the like button. But like, I think there's some softwares out there. So that's okay. So that is exactly what I mean. Just look at that. Shorts probably looking happy, and then look right where it bounced off, right off the purple line. Again, boop, 50 period cent moving average. Just if these levels were not here, man, I'd be so much more interested. Watch them hold the market in this range, and Sunday watch. Who's they? Who's them? Dun dun dun. Yeah, it seems pretty popular out there, the Streamlab or whatever, but oh, the big guys, gotcha. Well, I would contend the big guys do not have that amount of power. Yeah, I would contend nobody has that amount of power to make the price do whatever they want, to hold the price somewhere. Nah. You think so, really? Well, yeah, of course. Logic and economic history gives your position a bit of a problem. Think about what you're claiming. There is somebody that can hold the market in a range. Like, think about how powerful that actually is. That's crazy. If you're gonna claim that sort of power, you're gonna have a problem on your hands from an economic history and logic standpoint. Well, it continues on the 5 minute to just bounce above those areas. Thank you, Labradabber. This is no man's land? I don't know about no. For me, I wouldn't call this no man's land. Agreed. You agree with what? We seem to have opposing views on something right now. Oh, no man's land. Dev, I guess what my problem with your position is your claim like market makers can control the market. Okay, fine. They can hold the price in a range. Well, then somebody with that amount of power, when you look back through economic history, how is it that there have been market maker firms that have gone out of business? Like, the only way that makes sense is if you would say, well, they wanted to go out of business, so they controlled the market in a way that put them out of business. But that sounds kind of goofy. So, like, how can market maker firms go out of business if they have this amount of power to control the market? Wouldn't they just control the market in a way that does not put them out of business? So I don't know about it seeming off. My thoughts right there, Psalm. Keep that garbage name out of here. That's my thoughts. Oh, I kind of like this for if it can clear down through the pivot point, does it find some more pressure to the downside? Maybe. That yellow line right there. That's what I'm wondering about. Is that the point that... Because right now I would still contend we're in a downtrend. So, you know, up. Or I'm sorry, down, up. Down, up. Down, up. Do we roll back over some more? That's what I'm trying to figure out. And I'm thinking that yellow line maybe gives us some insight. Do I move it up here a little bit more to kind of... Oh boy. So I realize, what do you... This is a bull pennant. You're not wrong. You're right. This is like a bull pennant. But it's a bull pennant that I would say is happening in a downtrend. Doesn't mean bull pennants can't work. I mean, it's broken out right now, but I would not be shocked if this did not ultimately work out. But to be fair, that bull pennant, it did just break out. Hey, we got to get this up to 200 likes. We are way behind schedule, but that's my fault too for not reminding. But yeah, in the next minute, we needed at least 11 likes. So hopefully there's 11 people here because we should have already been at 200 likes by the 2-hour mark, but I lost track of time and it's my fault for not reminding people. But yes, now would be the time if you are enjoying to hit that like button. That's fine. No, it's my fault. All of you always forget, which is fine because you tell me every day, hey, Clay, you got to remind us because I always forget. So it is my fault. I've been told multiple times to who, hey, Clay, you got to just throw out that reminder. So there we go. Trump's tweeting right now. I don't know. That doesn't look like a Trump tweet. That was only 40 points. Okay, I am thinking of a potential short up around the dotted yellow line, which is the VWAP. Well, yeah, that's kind of irrelevant to the point, though. Like, usually if Trump tweets, we're talking, what, like at least a 100-point candle? So that makes me think, I don't know if that was actually a Trump tweet. Says there will be no deal. Okay, yeah, but that's not like a new tweet. I read that headline before the live stream even started. Dev, you go ahead and tell me how that's relevant to the live stream. And then I'll consider answering it. I mean, I golf. I don't... It's fun. Golf is, I guess, is fun. But no, I'm not an avid golfer. I use my grandpa's golf set. I am still watching down here. Think about it. Think about the psychology of longs. This candle here has got longs feeling good. Feeling good. What happens if the price gets down to here? How do you think those longs are going to be feeling? Probably not good. And at that point, does that cause the longs to wave the white flag? No. All right, here we go, maybe. See, Dev, you're already framing things in a way where you're not being honest about this. Like you're straw manning the position already. So I'm not saying maybe I agree with you, but that's not you're presupposing a bunch of stuff already in that. So no, Dev, I'm not really interested in discussing stuff because you're already baking in all these presuppositions. Which again, to be fair, maybe I might agree with you, but I'm also always trying my best to be intellectually honest. Like you're baking in presuppositions. You're not hitting the point of contention. You're saying he is causing the issues. Well, there's another group of people that would say, no, actually, Iran is causing the issues by doing what they're doing. So therefore, Trump is trying to deal with it. That's actually the point of contention. Is Iran actually a threat? That's the point of contention, which you're not. You're just presupposing your comment that Trump's the problem. Which, again, I'm not saying I agree or disagree. I'm just saying you're not hitting the point of actually that needs to be debated. The question that is on the table is Iran actually a threat? And I'm not taking any side of that. I don't even know enough. Like, I can't say I follow enough about Iran, but that's the actual problem. Because if they are, well, then you would say, okay, Trump's doing a good thing. If they're not, well, then I would assume you'd be like, what's Trump doing? So that's what you should technically have asked my thoughts on. All right, let's see. Yeah, I got a club. Carlos, I'm until you tell me that you have a Take Private Cheddar account fired up, you are at Sergio levels at this point. That is true. Like if we are defining good as, you know, what creates a lot of movement in the market, then yeah, all this is definitely good for traders. Well, maybe we just have some sort of sideways range here. I don't know. Kind of looking that way. Is this going to be some sort of little choppy chop range? No, yeah, Iran. That's what I said. There's an I and then there's a ran. Iran. Pronounced Iran. Yeah, that's what I said. Well, right, Dev. I think the other side would say to that, well, I can see, Dev, they're no threat to us right now. But what the other side would be concerned with is they will soon be a threat to us. So that I think that's how somebody, if you want to steel man the other side's argument to that point, I think they would concede, yeah, right now they are no threat to us. And that's why we're going to keep it that way by doing what they're doing. I was having a good green day. Now, Marky. Oh, yeah. Well, Southpaw. I've been there. What's your favorite setup? Well, I don't know. I like rising wedges. I did not say wedgies. I did not say I like wedgies. Only if my wife's given me one. I said the rising wedge. They've been saying they're a threat for 40 years. So does that mean that does that mean it can't change? They are saying cigarettes are no big deal, and let's back in the 30s. For the past 40 years, they've been saying cigarettes are no big deal. Does that mean that things can't change? Again, I'm just a moderator of let's make sure we're not operating under logical fallacies here. It's like when people show up, they're like, and they're saying a bunch of ridiculous things, and they're like, well, I've been trading for 30 years. It's like, so? All that means is you've been trading bad for 30 years. Think it's lunchtime? I think it's time to try to figure out, well, you know what? I'm not convinced this is a sideways channel, but if it is, no, I said when I gotten short there. I would have probably gotten short. I would be looking to get short up around here. So I don't know if I'm convinced this is a sideways little channel here, but if you're convinced, well, It's getting close to what would, be right around a short area. Yeah, again, Dumman, I would say that, I mean, you straw man the argument there. That's not the actual argument. Again, I'm not taking any sides, but I do enjoy trying to understand what both sides are saying in a steel man argument type of way to have a discussion. But that ain't it. Right? The other side of that is what are they going to say, Dumman? They're going to say, well, we are putting an American first by making sure that this thing does not become a threat to America. Like that would be, again, you're not addressing the point of contention. Is Iran a threat? That is the point. If you can prove that Iran either is a threat, and by that I mean has the potential to become a threat, well then, okay. Then I would be persuaded to say, yeah, this seems kind of silly. Or I'm sorry, I would say, okay, this seems to make sense. But if you can persuade me and show that no, Iran is not a threat, and they're not anywhere close to becoming a threat, then I'd be like, okay, yeah, none of this makes sense then, right? So as somebody that has not really researched stuff out, that doesn't know a whole lot about Iran, I'm open to persuasion. But I'm telling you right now, the persuasion point for me is Iran a threat, or are they very close to becoming a threat? If yes, then okay, everything makes sense to me. If no, then yeah, this seems a little ridiculous. Pentagon said they are not a threat. Well, that's where I thought I saw. Yeah, again, I don't know if this is credible news or not, but I mean, DJ, who you seem to definitely have a bias right here. 73 U.S. military leaders back, sustained pressure. What was it? Yeah, okay, that's what I thought I saw. 73 retired U.S. generals and admirals fully support the U.S. blah, blah, blah. So, yeah, I don't know what you're talking about, the Pentagon. So, DJ, you're starting to come across as you kind of have a certain bias. And, yeah, I'm not quite sure. I think you might be thinking with more emotions than objective logic is what I'm trying to say, brother. By the way, I'm not actually interested in trying to be persuaded one way or the other right now. Yeah. Well, there's a nice breakout there. I'm glad I did not. Like I said, I was starting to get there thinking this might have been a range for maybe a short there, but wasn't quite convinced, and I'm glad I wasn't, because that would have been a losing trade. Again, Todd, some of you, again, I don't know if that's credible. I'm just saying I saw the headline. That's what it was. So I don't care about the source. Were those 73 retired generals? Yes or no? That would be my question there, Todd. Are you telling me that those 73 guys were not former admirals and stuff in the military? Like, who cares about the source? Were those guys actual admirals or not? I don't care about the source. I care about the facts. Were the guys listed? Were they actual admirals and generals? If yes, then who cares about what the source is? They're old generals, and 73 of them support it. Again, that's a logical fallacy. That's an ad hominem. That's like I'm saying prop firms are good, and you're like, yeah, but you don't make any money. It's like, well, what does that have to do with me with whether or not prop firms are good? Like, whether or not that makes sense. You know, ad hominem fallacy. Okay, that's fine, Todd, but like, set all that aside. Now, if you have stats that say that those 73 generals are like not generals or whatever, then okay, fine. But right now, you're too focused on the source and not what the source is saying. Now, it sounds like you should be skeptical of the source and double check the facts, but that's why I'm focused on, well, what are the facts? Were these 73 people actually former generals and admirals? But it's a biased opinion asking in general if war is good. It's going to be cute. That's what they. Yeah, I don't know if I agree with that at all. I think probably people. Let me put it this way: the people that I know that have served, they would want like war is the last thing. Like I would imagine if you've seen the stuff of what war does, you're probably not like gung ho. Let's go do it. Okay, some of you, yeah, the logical, like dumb money. You just, yeah, you are so. Again, you don't like Trump. I can tell that from the get go. So, are you saying that all propaganda is false? You vote okay. Fair enough. I stand corrected on that one then. Anyways, I don't think we're ever going to know right now. And let's all just calm down, and myself included, acting like any of us actually know if Iran is a threat or was on the verge of becoming a threat. None of us know that, okay? And if you're going to sit there and act like you do know that, yeah. Can we. Here, D Mill, we can get back to this. What's you in a timeout? There you go. I cannot stand. One of my biggest pet peeves is like the. Can we get back to trading? I'm here for 4 hours every day. For my mental sanity, it is good for me to have some extra conversations. Goodness, people just want me to sit here and talk about trading 4 hours straight. It's crazy. That's a great way to make this live stream probably about an hour every day. It's therapeutic to just talk about random things. I'm telling you right now, as I've always said, I don't feel like talking about trading and charts for 4 hours straight. Can you pronounce the country correctly? I did. Iran. And if that is offending you, Juliana, may I submit to you, can you please maybe just chill out a little bit and not run around the world looking to be offended? You will enjoy life more that way, Juliana. I promise. There are not many guarantees in the world, but here's one guarantee I'm willing to make. If you go through life not seeking out to be offended, you will enjoy life more. I promise. I promise. Life is way funner if you're not constantly seeking out to be offended. Do I watch Formula One? No, I'm not a car guy. I'm long here. I start usually every day at about 11 a.m. Eastern. I'm long here. Well, J-Bo, where's your stop at? Long at highs? Wouldn't the high be up here? I rarely trade the Asia session. I have a family. I have 6 kids, so I'd prefer to go hang out with them, not sit in front of my computer and trade futures around the clock. You all are just uneducated. Yep, we are uneducated, brother. A B E C O F Z P 3 C P O R2D2. Now I know my A3Cs. What are you talking about, brother? This is my first time trading with you. I love it. Good to have you, Allie. Who long the top? So are you short here then, dumb money? Juliana? Listen, brother or sister or furry, whatever you are. I'm not smart. Dude, I'm a baboon. Yeah, why would you be done for the day? If this is the top, why don't you get short and then you can make money? And per your premise, you said who long the top? Well, if you think this is the top, then you should have been short. I know my way around school, Bennett, for 8 years. That's right. That's right. Got to go pick kids. It's amazing the excuses that pop up when people make a bold claim and then they don't take the trade. Like if you said, I think it's the top, then it makes sense why you wouldn't take it. Because, I mean, you don't know. But when you're like, hey, why would you? It's the top. Well, then get short. Well, no, I had to feed my dog. My goldfish needed food. It's the top, but I didn't get short because, Chuck Norris called me. It is one of my highlights. I love to see people just squiggle when they make these statements with such authority and then they have no actions behind them. Yeah, I saw that. You said, why would you get long at the top? So I'm mirroring that back to you. Well, if it is the top, then why did you not get short? Is it possible because you didn't know if it was actually the top? Is that why? I think that's probably why. Not to mention, I thought you had to pick up your kids. Why are you still talking to me? Pronunciation, please. I'm telling you, some people, they're like, where can I go to get offended today? Where? How can I get offended today? All right, I am liking this for a potential long here. Let's see how this candle finishes. And then after that, I'm going to potentially put on my chef's hat. I know. I'm a very offensive person. My beauty offends many. I get sick of Brad Pitt calling me up and being like, listen, dude, I'm sick of you making me look ugly. Or George Clooney or whoever, All right, so here's just something random. So obviously girls, they're like, they don't care calling each other pretty, right? Whatever. Oh, she's so beautiful. Like if you're like, that dude's so handsome, like you're about to get punched in the face, okay? I heard this once and it really is so true. If a guy looks at another guy and was like, okay, yeah, I wouldn't mind looking like him, then that means you think that guy's good looking. That's how guys can tell. If you would not mind looking like another dude, then you actually, that's how a guy can tell if you think another guy's good looking. So Chris Hemsworth. I would not mind looking like Chris Hemsworth. You ever think prop firms will go away eventually? Well, I have no idea. I don't know. Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe they get even better. Maybe there's even more competition and rule. I don't know. All right, here we go. I'm looking for a long here. If that green line turns blue, I'm in. Or do I try actually just the pullback here? I think I should wait for confirmation. I muted you once. I am confused though. You gave me the excuse that you didn't take that short was because you had to pick up your kids from school. Yet here you are. Here you are, brother. You can simply say a guy is attractive. Stop. What are you talking about masculinity? See this beard? You want to see some chest hair? You want to see it, Juliana? You want to see some chest hair? Look at this. Juliana's a troll. I checked their profile. They signed up yesterday. So they were here yesterday laughing at me after I had those rough trades. So they've been here before. They're banned. They're back under a new name. So, yeah. That's why, I mean, I'm like Juliana, like, yeah. I don't know. Maybe improve on life where you don't have to get banned from chats and then create new names and come back. I don't know. You can have a happier life. Man, this thing just dropping. I'm glad I held off on. Well, I don't think I would have ever been filled there. So there's a win for waiting for confirmation. I don't know if it's funny or creepy or sad. I don't know what it is. It is something, JJ. I don't know what it is though. All right. Have fun with your kids this weekend, dumb money. Head and shoulders forming on crude 5-minute. NQ will benefit oil. Real when it comes down to earth. Yeah, is oil still going up right now, or what's oil? Ooh, oil what? Ooh, wow. Okay, oil did have a big drop. Now this kind of looks good for a short here on oil. I've only ever made one oil trade. I don't even know what a tick's worth. Is oil super risky? I mean, I like the setup, but I don't know. $10 a penny. Hey, good job, Brack. Huh? Wasn't that just a green candle up there? And I turned back and it's red now? Man, I would like this for a short. All right, let's do this. Let's do this. There we go. If it wants to come up to that red line, I'll get short. Green line is my stop. This will be my second ever oil trade. Let's see if I can keep the win streak up. I'm 1 for 1. There we go. All right, here we go. Maybe. Looking to get short at the red line. Stop is the green. I'm trading it and it will jump you. What does that mean? Do not short oil. Why? What? The people that were shorting right there, they fully disagree with you, Harper. What are you talking about? Yeah. I'm trying to trade oil, but it's looking like it's not going to give me. It's only a buy at the moment. Well, I'm glad I didn't listen to you because you made your first comment about do not short oil when oil was up here. So per your premise, it's only a buy at the moment. Yeah, okay. Well, you just got steamrolled, Harper. Now, I will contend that maybe for you and your strategy, it's not like it's only a buy right now. But like not everybody uses your strategy, right? Because the world does not revolve around you, right? Yeah. If you did get if you did buy when you said that, hopefully you had a stop loss. NQ is really tricky right now, is it? Let's see. I don't know about tricky. That's kind of looks kind of textbook. I guess I don't know exactly, but came down here, found some support in this area. Slippage. Rookie, just go back to the, I don't know, 19-minute mark. I go over my day. I explain how that's not true. Yeah. Oil still looks like the interesting one. Do you feel this oil trade in your loins? I do. I do. You're trading 24K a contract. No! This is the beautiful thing about prop firms. It's very easy. For example, for $102 to buy the account, that gives you a 50K purchasing power. What can that give you? Up to 6 minis. So in this situation, or if that was your account, you could get up to 6 of these. Very basic math. There's the math. That's one thing that's like kind of a nice thing about the prop firms is you don't have to do like maintenance margin. You don't have to do all this complicated math, like about all the different types of margin. It's like, no, for this amount of money, you get this. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I think I just dropped out. I think I'm back though. Did anything? Correct, yeah. Well, yeah. It depends on the account size you're doing meta risk, but yes, with what you just saw there, for 102, you could get a 50K purchasing power. Okay, yeah, my internet just, I don't know what's going on with. All right, well, we're back. We're back and watching oil. Okay, 650 AP. If you did not get the answer to what you said earlier, scroll back on the taskbar like 2 minutes. I just spent a good minute explaining exactly that. All right, well, this is actually this level still is holding true as an area that I could be interested for a short at. I don't remember what this line is, so let's just use this up here because I don't want to get my chart cluttered. So I'm watching that now for a potential long up through 860. Yeah, that is a way you can look at it too. Again, the purchasing power is, how much you can buy of the contracts. But yeah, how much you can lose is all about the drawdown. That is true. That's why I do my best not to call them 50K accounts. Just try to say 50K purchasing power. Because if you say a 50K account and I'm not perfect at it, then yeah, people can sit there and think, oh, so I can go lose 50,000. It's like, well, no. Now I'm all paranoid about the internet, but looks like it's back to being stable. Yeah. So right now, trying to see, this is why I love futures, because right now I'm having flashbacks to like the stock days where like I'm trying to watch multiple stocks all at once. So now I'm trying to juggle MNQ. I am keeping an eye on gold, and I'm also trying to now watch oil, and my attention's all divided. So yeah, this is one of those hidden things about what makes futures so much better than stocks is you don't have to run scans. You're not trying to juggle. You don't need 80 monitors because you got to watch 40 different stocks. It's one of those nice, but like I said, I'm having like a flashback right now. I'm like, why do I feel my attention? I'm trying to manage all this stuff. It's like, I don't know. That's so nice about knowing what you're going to trade every single day. All right, on the 5-minute here, sitting right at the purple line. Am I going to the farm show? No. So the question I have is, do I just try another long down here? I think so. Okay, looking for a long at the green line. It's bounced off of this area before. Does that mean it'll bounce again? Nope, but I think it's logical. No, you're all good, 650. It was just telling me, you gave me the question marks like I hadn't answered it, but I had answered it, which is why I just told you to, scroll back a few minutes. Yeah, but you must, yeah, that's true. You do need many, many monitors if you're actually a legit trader. There's no way that it's possible to make money from like a monitor or a couple. And keeping trolls at bay. Yeah, I noticed how Juliana left as soon as I called him out. It is a nice feature to be able to look and see when people create their profiles. Ran and hid. It's probably you, Jim. Chris trades. I love it. Look at Chris trades. Entry at 808. Stop is at 795. All right. I like it. All mapped out ahead of time. That's courage right there. Nice one, rookie. What car do you drive, Clay? A Schwinn. I don't know. I don't think so, Juliana. I don't think so. So yesterday you made a profile so that you could laugh at me after that big mistake I made. Interesting. Man, I found your channel yesterday. I saw you doing something stupid, and I saw you make that typo mistake. So I decided to create a screen name and profile so I could laugh at you. Thanks. You are a good quality person. I need more people like you in my life. No, I realized you didn't think that I would remember your name from yesterday, but I did. So isn't that weird how the people that are all like, granted it's an act, but like, oh, say it right, pronounce it right, all this, that, and the other, and they literally just conceded, well, I found your channel yesterday, I created a name so that I could laugh at you for a very actually frustrating moment in the live stream. Because that was not pleasant. That was, I'm not even going to act like that didn't bother me. That was not good. That was not fun at all. So you created a name so that you could laugh at me in that moment. Gotcha. Good. Thanks for clarifying. Man, gold just grinding. Red candles, what are those? Says gold. You could, I don't know, maybe this might be the smarter way to go about it, that trend line. I don't know. If I'm waiting for up there, maybe that's going to be too late. But yeah, if you got a trend line in right there, I'm not calling you crazy. Yeah, what do we have? Expedition Ford Expedition. And then I have a GMC. Need a good trade. Well, don't force anything, Dracula. Stick to the rules of your system. Now, if you're telling me, hey Clay, I need a good trade, I got nothing for you, brother. I'm just a mere baboon. Short again at 56. Target low. Well, where's your stop at? That's a scary trade plan. You gave me an entry. You gave me a target. No stop. You got to manage risk. I'm not going to take it, but now I'm just curious about that trend line. Because I'm sure some people here have drawn the trend line. There we go. Ooh, that actually looks kind of good. Because the break of the trend line is also... I promise I was about to buy. I realize this means nothing because we now have hindsight. But I was, because what I was going to finish saying is, oh wow, if it breaks the trend line, that means it's also breaking the 21 EMA, and it also means that it's breaking the VWAP there. But before I could get all that out, it moved. My first prop account. Oh, your first one? No problem. There will be blown accounts. It happens. Ooh, okay, well, maybe that's good. Oh, that's dirty. That is dirt. If this thing comes back down, welcome to, once again, the tricky. Because if you had that trend line, and if you bought that trend line break, I'm not calling you a degenerate. I'm not saying you're acting randomly. I would say, oh, I can totally see your thought process. Doesn't mean I full on agreed with it per se, but I can see it. There's a thought process there. But man, it looking like it might be getting ready to do you dirty. I'm on my third account. Past 2 evals, failed once. That's not bad at all. Good job. Oh, gold. Okay, gold. Okay, gold. What's oil doing all of a sudden? Okay, oil's not doing. Ooh. Lego my ego. Let's see, what's this? See, I don't like this. Now I'm hopping behind. Now gold's moving. Oil looks good. All right. We have a pivot at what is that? 179. What is it? Yeah, okay, 179. Okay, I'm going to try a short. That white line up there is the high of the day. So the price can never get above that white line. The white line itself would just move higher, but there we go. Looking for, and this is based on the 5 minute more so. We have this pivot point up here. So let's see what happens. 20. Oh, Jim, don't scare me like that, you dent. Oh, he said 28 contracts. And I was like, wait, what? But no, it's only 2. Not funny. Not funny. The wound is still too fresh. Although earlier today, remember, I almost did like 80 something. It's crazy. Okay. Maybe, kind of, sort of. Stop is up there. Only doing 2 MGCs just because I'm not super, like I've traded gold. I've lost count of how many times, but I'm still by no means. For me, trading gold is the exception, not the rule. The rule would be like NQ, MNQ. which I'm still trying to also, yeah, this is, I'm having such flashbacks to stocks, trying to juggle. I feel like I'm watching Tesla and Nvidia and everything all at once, which I don't remember. Okay, where's my thing? Oh, right here. Yeah, don't let him see you said that, Southpaw. He doesn't need to know that. We don't need to encourage him. Hey Clay, how do you decide your bias when 2 minutes? These are very in-depth questions. There's no simple reason to that. There are many moving parts. So Jay, that would be a little outside of the scope of this. For me to give you a quality answer, that would just be outside of the scope of all this. And I still like this as a potential long, but see, this is why I don't like. I trade gold, but it's so slow. Like it's barely moving right now. Look at it. Okay, there it moved. There it moved. Look there. Okay, there. Again, for you gold people, before you get all upset, I'm not saying it's totally worthless. I'm just saying I don't necessarily always get all the hoopla. All right. Well, this trend line I think is just being clutter filled now. So the top of this channel at well, I don't know if it's necessarily a channel, but 860 here is still in play. I don't know what to do on the downside though. From a long, I am contemplating maybe that level right there, maybe that level. I don't know. Five-minute on the, I'm sorry, the 50 period simple moving average on the 5-minute doing good work right. In fact, wow, so back here, the 50 period did a good job of providing support. And once again, it is providing support. But does it continue to provide support? That is the question. Until recently, if you thought ES was slow, GC was a glacial pace. Past few months, GC has acted meme-like. Oh, yeah. When safe havens are like memes, that's not, yeah, exactly. Hi, which ones kick people out? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. If you get kicked out, that means you've made hundreds of thousands of dollars. So don't worry. Don't let that deter you from any of them. Again, I recommend Take Profit Trader. I think they're the best in the business. But just because one of these prop firms may eventually kick you out, by the time they kick you out, you have made a lot of money. So just, don't worry about stuff like that. Crap. I have a gold order in? No, stop. Do I? Dude, what? No. What order? Did I have an order out there somewhere? I don't think I do. Right? If I did, it's canceled now. Clay, your test account, how many times? You can trade as much as you want every day. There is no pattern day trading rule in futures. I don't feel like having the discussion again, Albert. This was already discussed at the live stream, Mark. I don't know. I wish I could give you a timestamp of when to scroll back to, but yeah, for my mental health. I'm sorry. I don't feel bad for you. I only made $30,000 when Apex kicked me out. So, woe is you. You made $30,000. Have you ever fell in love with a girl and got rejected? No. What do you think about Mesh 26 situation right now? I think it's great. I think it's fantastic. Now, granted, I have no idea what you're talking about, Mesh 26. So I have no idea. I have no opinion because I have no idea what you're talking about. Yeah, Evan. This week was something. So keep your head up, Evan. You'll be all right. Micro S&P. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm a baboon. MES. You just included the contract letter in there too, and a bunch of other stuff. Yeah, oh yeah. I mean, I don't trade the ES or MES, but I mean, it's one of those markets that's got plenty of volume in it, so I don't have anything against it. Check MNQ. Oh, thank you. All right, let's see. Crap, it came right down to that level. See, this is exactly what I mean. The great thing over that futures have over stocks is you don't have to be looking at a bunch of different stock symbols. And then you don't have to suffer. But I just had that in futures. So I'm starting to look at NQ. I'm starting to look at, MNQ, gold, and oil. So now my attention is getting diverted. Again, either this whole everybody complaining about caps. Like I said, let's just assume the worst case. Worst case is they eventually kick you out. Like by the time you reach getting kicked out, you've made like 100, like thousands upon thousands, and I want to say at least $100,000. I guess Nathan says something about 30, but still, I don't feel bad if you're that baller of a trader where you make $30,000 and then they're like, okay, bye. Like somebody put, they're like, what do you mean only $30,000? Like a lot of people dream of making 30 cents. NQ is sideways. Well, that would depend on the time frame you're looking at. Because some are going to say this. NQ is in a wedge. Well, see, that's why you have to provide that context. You can't just say NQ is sideways. Because, no, well, what are you talking about? Are we talking about the daily time frame? But there you go. Now you provided context. Okay, 1 minute. But even that, well, it depends on how you're looking at the 1 minute. Because they will bankrupt they will bankrupt the company. That is why Take Profit Trader, I like them because they'll eventually just send you live. But if a prop firm does not have the ability to actually send you into the live market, then you are a threat to them. I see the wedge. Just got a sell signal on my end. So you went short? Are we finally going to get my 75 that I've been waiting for, like, I kid you not, hours for at this point? Oh, man. See, I'm conflicted. Should I buy at the yellow line or should I wait for that 5-minute pivot point, which is slightly below? I'm gonna stick with it. I'm gonna go with 775. There we go. I missed the whole downward move prepping ribs. That worth it. Worth it. If you're prepping ribs, that means you're having ribs tonight. Totally worth it to have missed the move. You will get no pity from me, given you are having ribs tonight. Can you sync trade charts on 2 different windows with different time frames to all? I think so, but I like I said, my setup has been established for so long that I've kind of forgotten how I've done a lot of the things. So I don't know. Maybe somebody else can help out Nolan there. Come on down. Being so difficult. Hey, thank you, Goose. Goose is, man, he's a class favorite. Dude's doing super chats using code Clay. We need more Gooses. Talk to me, Goose. Talk to me. Thank you, Robo. Appreciate it. Okay. Check on gold again. Ooh. Is gold going to curl back up here? Okay, I'm in gold. Nice hammer. Trying to trade the trend here. Trend up, pull back, acting like maybe it's over. I love that candle right there. All right, gold, let's see what you got, brother. Come on. Keep coming up. All right, I'm going to put a stop here now in slight green territory. So this will be a green trade. I just want to now see if it wants to keep moving up. Yes, it's a tight stop, but at this point in my day, I need to just try to ensure winners as soon as I can get them. But yeah, if this wants to keep pushing up, there's my first target, and then I'll let my final... Come on. Push. Push. This really is a snoozer. I mean... I tried to insult it so it'd hear me and be like, did you call us a snoozer? And then I was hoping it would like just explode upwards, but that didn't work. In fact, it's coming down to stop me out now. Oh, hey, look at that. $8. Again, the mechanics were there. The mechanics were there. Had that cup kept coming up, that would have been a who knows how big of a green trade because I was prepared to take that target and then let the final one work for me, but it didn't. I don't know. I don't know if I can talk about the racehorse model. I talk about it so much, it's not good for my mental health. Jim? Are you here, Jim? You're buying here? Long till close? What is that? Holy crap, I've had an order out here this whole time? Oh my goodness. Oh, good grief. See what I mean about when you divert your attention now to multiple types of contracts? I could have completely gotten cooked. I'm sitting there on my gold. Okay, come on, come on. And then all of a sudden this starts flashing and go, oh, goodness. Why? So what about your stop loss? Translate. What do you mean you're just gonna why from now until the close? Like what? I'm fascinated by your strategy. It seems to be a time-based strategy. Up and down today. Yeah, yeah. I'm done trading today, so I experimented with a long on sim targeting. Don't even stop. All right. Hopefully, the experiment teaches you some stuff. Did my levels wrong? Final TV, one thing about it. Stop is still in place. All right, Lobber, sounds good. What did gold end up doing? Oh, still. I mean, if you got in that gold trade, it's slowly but sure. And I was hoping for a little bit more of a move up than that. My strategy is very simple. Play the huge wicks on the 1 minute candles to the extremes. That's it. Cool. I'm not sure how you define any of those terms, but hey, if it's working for you, fantastic. I'm with whales. Hopefully I'm correct. Stop loss is okay. So it's not like you're just blindly holding until the close. You do have a stop loss, so that's good. What do you mean you're with whales? Like you're with the big buyer? Are you a whale yourself? Did you just pick up like 500 contracts? Yes, Robo. Code Clay on any of the prop firms gives you whatever the current deal is. So yes, Robo, it is. Thank you for asking and not just assuming that it wasn't the same or something. I appreciate it. So then what do you mean I'm with whales? Again, I'm fascinated by your strategy. You're like, I'm just buying long now and I'm holding it to the close. And now you're saying that I'm with whales. And the price is literally doing nothing right now. It is just sitting here. Okay, all right, maybe finally kind of sort of making a move. Well, Southpaw, I know that, my friend. I wanted to make sure that's what he was going to say. And then I was going to say, and how do you know that you're with the whales? Like what is your mechanism that is telling you are with the big money? But he seems to have abandoned the conversation. I'm going to try a long here. I'm in. Go. Dude. What is this? Thank you. Okay, got out a little scalpy scalp there after a couple of tries. They call him and let him know. Yeah, it's like the Angels of the outfield. They are with him right now. that was ridiculous. Trying to get out of that thing was like pulling teeth. But the scalpy scalp worked out just fine. Hey, hit that like button if you're enjoying. In fact, I want to see, we got to get some momentum here in the likes. Well, I mean, translate. If it's been working for you, that's great. I would just submit this to you just for something you chew on and think about over the weekend. Trading is going to be a little bit more difficult than thinking that you found where the whales are at on the level twos. It's going to, again, it's always hard because if it's been working for you, I know I come across as a hater and I'm jealous and blah, blah, blah. But I'm just be careful thinking that you have some sort of access to the big money or that you just careful with that general premise. Do you trade crude oil? I have before. They fractured my yeah. You don't use another screen that the stream can't see. No, I have 3 monitors. Yeah, what the stream sees is very limited in terms of what I'm looking at. Maybe another long down here. I gotta be careful though, because I have the voice right now that's like, brother, you're so close to bringing this back to green. Do one more go big or go home. Let's get this thing back to green. I gotta be careful. The voice is here, which is all part of. Well, even if I wasn't live streaming, that voice would probably still show up. But now that I am live streaming, it like adds fuel to the fire because it's like that looks so good for the live stream. See, there you go. Well, no, not when NQ, because NQ would just make that bigger. So I guess what you're saying is 10 MNQs and 7 points. 7 points, that seems like kind of a lot now. Going for 7 points right now is not a walk in the park. Dang. This is totally hindsight, so don't put too much stock in this, but if you've been here before, you know we're fans of the rising wedge. Look at that rising wedge. Beautiful stuffer. Tricky though, because even when it broke it, you had the purple line but ultimately still did work out. I have big size and I'm scared. I think I'm going to trail it soon. Yeah, that's usually what causes fear. Man, why am I so nervous and stressed out and scared in this trade? Probably because you're oversized. Ooh. Again, still, per my premise, if this is some sort of range, we're still in the range until it gets up through there. Ooh, I kind of want to take it right there. Ooh, gold though. Gold. See, this is what I mean. Now I'm watching gold. My attention, I totally feel like I'm back in my stock days right now. Trying to watch 4,000 stocks at once and having my attention diverted everywhere. Gold is just too. No, I cannot make anybody profitable. That's not how this works. Just like a car, back when we were all getting our licenses, a car driver or a car whatever you call those people, they cannot make you like not getting train wrecks. Because there is a point where there is a choice that everybody's got to follow. And there is nothing that I can do. Everybody here, not everybody, but like the people that are part of my mentorship that do make money, and they're like, hey man, thank you so much. I say, well, I appreciate it, but just remember, go look in the mirror. You're the one that is taking what I've shown you and applying it. So no, because I would say that's built on a false premise. And see if I can make them profitable. I have never made a single person profitable. I've helped traders. I have taught them the tools, shown the framework, but from that point, they have to build something that works for them, and then they have to listen and fight off their emotions. There's nothing I can do for a trader to handle their emotions. So no, that's just kind of like, I understand what you're saying, but like, no, because at the end of the day, I don't make people profitable. Yeah, it'd be entertaining, but I don't foresee that in the future. But I appreciate the idea. It's a good idea. Albert, are you the Albert where we've kind of butted heads before, or are you a different Albert? You're starting to give me the vibes of an Albert that's been here before. Is that you, Albert? No class on voices in your head. What's my opinion on that? Here, I'll give you my opinion as I delete it out. That's my opinion. All right. Well, there was another Albert here that was he was something. And you're kind of, yeah. Anyways, here it is. There's the mentorship if you wanted to learn more. Albert. All right, thinking maybe a short up around here. Last time I got up here, it was rejected, but I'm not gonna just throw a short up there. I want to see some sort of confirmation that it wants to be weak. Oh, good old gold taking my attention, and oil now. Now I wish it was my real account. See? That's what I mean. If you see a good setup, why? I mean, no point in taking it in a demo. Taking it. I'm not saying you have to take it in necessarily a pro account, but at least take it in an account where there's progress that will be made towards something. All right. Like I said, I'm watching that line there. In my mind, that might be the level where if that can be broken, does that spark a move up to the highs here? I don't know. My stop is at break even. All right, translate. You made me think of that song that says, "The voices in my head go." I don't think I know that song. Oh, really? A lot of firms have shut down oil trading? It's a techno. Yeah, I can't say techno is my thing. What did the fox? Yeah, it's from that song. Well, gold continues to just grind. Where did I get long? Right here, I think, ish. And then when this came down, it stopped me out. But yeah, in hindsight, I guess I should have just went with the wide stop and just sat back and enjoyed the ride. Okay, now, okay, there we go. Now that's some better movement that I like that. All right. All right, have a good one, Law. Lactic acid Law. Don't forget leg day over the weekend. Don't skimp out on leg day. Eat that chicken breast. See, it's not quite hitting an area where I'm interested for a long, and it's also not quite hitting this area up here. So it's like, it's teasing. It's like, okay, took a while to get all the way up there, but no, we're not going to quite go there to give you something to work with. Oh, is it daylight savings time? Oh, all right. Well, the markets will open up. I don't know. So what is it? The markets will technically open up an hour later or sooner on Sunday then? Spring forward? Yeah, my mind always gets confused. So does that mean that the markets will open up an hour earlier or later on Sunday? Sooner, I think. Sooner. 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 Okay. All right, so just keep that in. Oh, what happened? Huh? How did I miss that? The thing just. Because 2 a.m. becomes 3 a.m. on Sunday morning when you change the clocks. We're jumping forward and yeah, I understand where. Well, I guess I don't understand, which is why I'm asking the question. But I don't. I can never. I don't know. I am just a mere baboon. Yeah, I'm probably confusing people now. They're like, wait, so now the markets open up at 5 p.m. Eastern? That I am creating confusion. Yeah, okay, yeah, what Robo said. Technically, yes. Technically, it's still 6 p.m., but 6 p.m. will actually feel like 5 p.m. You dents know what I mean. Bunch of dented baboons in here. I track grade A quality people, let me tell you. This candle had, I don't know. I can't. Am I? Oh, look at gold. I just get long gold. What I'm thinking of is a long through here with anticipation of, even if it never gets up to that level. But I don't know. I don't know if that's this candle has. But I'm doing this instead. I'm gonna buy if it pulls back there. There's nobody hunting stops. Stop loss hunters hang out with the Easter Bunny and Santa Claus. And leprechauns. That's where the stop loss hunters hang out at. Clay, I need another 500 day. Of course I can. Go pick up some silver. Or really, I guess just oil. Oh, well, oil isn't as crazy as... All right, here we go, maybe. And I'm going to do this instead right there. Okay. I am buying the candle to the long and wanting it to go up the extreme up. Okay, that sounds like a great plan. I also am going to go long here, and then I want to see it go extreme up. Stop loss hunters new. That'd be funny. Oh, all right. There's gold with the pullback now. Oh, no. Or should I be trying to buy there? Or do I keep... See, this is what I don't like. Decisions. I'm going to go with gold, though. Okay. Try to buy the pullback under the 21 EMA. And here come... Okay. Here goes MNQ down too. All right, got to make my choice. I'm going to stick with this one. We'll see if I chose wise or not. Putzing around too much. Where's this one at? Okay, I don't even remember where I was thinking of getting long. Did I miss it? I think I'd already be long. Yep, I would. There's the bounce. I think I had my order right there, didn't I? Something like right there. Yeah, there's my scalpy scalp. Oh, you see? This, you can't make this stuff up. This is the exact downside of when you start to look at multiple things. Again, a great benefit I would say futures has over stocks, because futures you just show up and watch the same. Well, as a dude at the end of Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade would say, he chose poorly. Over the severe, yeah, it's a severe something. All right, I'll give it another try right here. Watch this be the time where it comes down and takes me out, but oh well, it'll be deserved for letting my attention be torn the other way. That's when people show up like, oh man, I trade gold and I trade this and I trade this. It's like, that's fine, but then you got to juggle all these different things and your attention is just, oil is darting around. Well, I don't care about oil. You guys keep trying to distract me with all this other stuff. I just suffered the consequences. I am seeing, okay, well, okay, here we go, maybe. Green line is an attempted entry point. This does feel like a forced trade at this point, but kind of like I'm doing it out of frustration. I'm doing this out of frustration. I need to play this a little differently now. Let's go for like a fake breakdown. So let me try right there instead. Now maybe I still get dumped all over here, or maybe that would have been fine, but hey, thanks, Lexit. Yeah, day's all right. It's all right. We'll see what the weekend brings news cycle-wise and try to just adjust on Monday and just tread water if need be. If anything, I'm maybe thinking a short now. Is this finally about to get, or is this just the bottom of the channel? I don't know. But if this is the beginning of the end for this channel and it's about to break through, this could be a very nice payday. Do I just put the short down here and look for the actual breakdown? The risk is if it comes on and fills me and snaps right back up, man, that's not going to... I mean, I'll still be green on the day, but your buy limit is 780. No! Oh, you did really just miss it. All right, at this point, I'm getting short. If it comes back down, I'm thinking that might be an indicator that this thing wants to break down through the yellow line. Again, looking to get short at the red line if it wants to come back down, trying to anticipate a breakdown through that yellow line, which would be essentially the bottom of this area, which could potentially send the chart down into kind of no man's land. But as of I speak, it's just literally going straight back up. So, alrighty then. Yeah, that's rough. I guess I could be ruthless right now. I could have had an order at 780 and have it just barely not fill me and then do this. I've been there, ruthless. Don't let it send you on tilt. I've been there, man. Wow. Well, I don't know if we should be making new lows right now, but apparently my whole premise was not too accurate. At least I didn't put any trades on. So excited right now. Told you, check how it goes to the extreme. The huge wick said something. The problem right now, Facil, is I'm not sure if you're trolling or if you're actually being serious. But if you want to have any sort of like told you so credibility around here, you've actually got to give us a trade plan. All you've been saying right now is just words. So like, again, I don't recognize the name. So if you want us to be able to track what you're actually doing, just give us 3 numbers ahead of time. Give us an entry point as a number, a stop loss as a number, and then a target as a number. And then let's see, then we'll better understand your strategy, because the way you've been explaining it, I don't think anybody actually understands what you're talking about. But that's where the numbers will actually help us see what you're doing. So yeah, for your next trade there, because when you say told ya, it's like, no, you didn't really tell us anything, because you're just saying words. Okay, we'll do next time. Perfect. Well, I mean, that yellow line, which I drew from way back here. So what time is that? 1 o'clock? So yeah, well over an hour ago. It's held up right there. Shoulda, coulda, woulda, I guess, in hindsight. It looks so obvious as a long now, doesn't it? So obvious. All right. Robo with the 1 minute. All right, have a good one, Krim. I have a SPX option 0. So translate be gambling. He just rolling them dice. I'm going to try a short at the red line here. If this is kind of just a choppy channel, if it comes down here, maybe it'll, I'm not necessarily looking for it to go to the yellow line, but come down a little bit more. So again, red line, I'm looking to get short. Neil is already short, so he'll probably scalp out when I'm getting in. Again, if that red line turns blue, I will be filled on the short side. Let's see if this rejection off the VWAP wants to find some more momentum to the downside. Well, they are protecting the level where I... All right, I wanted it on that candle, so we'll have to go back to the drawing board. All I'm saying, Translate, is there are so much better ways to go about trading than to trade 0 DT options. That's all I think we're ultimately saying. See, now, why couldn't you have done that? Five minutes looking like it might. I guess I could go a little smaller than add. Okay. Starter entry here. I'll do some more there. And then sell some more right there. Okay, got 4 of them now. Got 6. And then here's my line in the sand. So if it just comes right back up and takes me out, well then, so be it. We'll see if the VWAP wants to offer me some protection or not. We'll see if the VWAP will be my knight in shining armor or not. Do I want to add at the blue line if it comes back down? Maybe. No. That time has come and gone. Come on. At least hit like a target. Especially when this target isn't exactly the most aggressive of targets. Like the 5 minute. I'm positioned well. It's just a question of will the setup work out. At this point, I am going to add more now. I like this is mainly based off the 5 minute. But I am looking to add technically to a winner because my blue line, the blue line is my average, and I'm looking to add at the red. So technically looking to add to a winner here. Looking good, especially if I can get filled. Come on. Come on. Bounced right off my, come on. There we go. Come on, keep coming down. You gotta be kidding me. Go! Good, keep dropping. Come on. Go! Good. Keep coming down. Come on. Keep dropping. I tried. Bouncing back up. Might still come down, but like I said, that has been the story of the live stream. The ones where I had a couple scalpy scalps that would have worked out beautifully, and then these ones where I don't scalpy scalp, but I give it a chance to work out, and it just won't quite go. So that trade right there is pretty much the entire live. I don't know. This might be a confirmation bias, but it also seems like that's just kind of my week summarized. Like I said, it still may eventually come down, but it's not, again, like just it's putzing around. And when I add size, I'm not willing to sit around forever at that point. The hour of the day is worse. Well, no, that's not necessarily true. It depends on, everybody's got a different time of day. For some people, they'd probably look at this time of day and be like, this is the best time. There it goes. This trade is my week summarized right here, folks. And gold pulling back too. Yep. What a trade to summarize my week right there. Yeah. Well, hey, if you enjoyed the stream, if you find value, entertainment anyway, and you want to help support it, this is totally viewer supported. Maybe someday, but as of now, there's no sponsorships, nothing like that. So if you want to keep this ad free and then just flat out keep the stream going, then you got to help out. And the way to help support the stream is with code CLAY, all caps, with any of these prop firms I recommend Take Profit Trader, whether a beginner prop firm trader or experienced. But I do understand, especially the experienced prop firm trader, if you're out there empire building and you want multiple accounts and multiple firms, well, here are many ways in which you can help support the stream. Again, code CLAY, all caps, any of these will allow you to do it. So that last trade there, I think, is a good one to end on, as it kind of just encapsulates this week and how it's been going for me. So on your way out, if you don't mind hitting that like button, that helps. Maybe we can at least push this up to 300 likes. But I'll be back on Monday at 11 a.m. Eastern. Remember, the clocks spring forward this weekend. So, it'll still be the name, the markets will still open up at 6 p.m. Eastern on Sunday, but technically it'll feel like 5 p.m. Eastern. But that is all I have. So, like I said, hit that like button on your way out. If you're not a subscriber, make sure you subscribe, turn on notifications. As usual, I show up early. Latest I'll be here is 11 a.m. Eastern, but usually I'm early. So by turning on the notifications, you will be made aware of when I do go live. So thank you, everybody. A weird week. Hopefully you had a better week than I did. Not that mine was a train wreck, just kind of goofy. But anyways, take care. Everybody have yourselves a great weekend. Be safe. Make good decisions. I'll see everybody back on Monday. Take care, everybody.